Hey everyone. Okay, sorry for the delay. Wait, hold up. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, I was just getting started. So we're back with more Arknights. Last time, we're doing Kal'tsit's intermezzo, A Walk in Dust. So far, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get back to it. Oh, we also saw Kal'tsit in a maid dress, which a lot of people seem to like. She looks good. And like you have probably surmised by my constantly mentioning it, I liked it better when she was in the suit. I don't know, that's just my taste, I suppose. Anyway, let's keep going. WD6. Padisha's Dream. A city full of hope. An oasis that rises in response. Clear flowing water and adamant mountains surround Padisha. Amidst raucous cries and choking smoke, the dream shall come to its end. We're ending another dream? Are they vampires this time too? Hold up, let me just check. Nope, never mind. Okay. I thought I forgot to set up something. Let's do it. Right. Padisha's Dream. WD6.
준비 완료.
Ah,
출발하겠다.
let me guess.
各自配置につけ。
Yep. Figured.
私たちの力の見せ所よ。
Well, at least
Forward.
those guys should be out of ammo. I do wonder.
I'll need to see proof of identity.
Nice.
悪くない位置取りだね。
アーツユニットチャージ中。
Right, the scatter.
警戒は怠らないわよ。
Damn.
ご命令を。
I do need a.
わかりました。 怖くはないわ。
I mean, at least she can also shoot from range.
Standing by. Tactics sharpen the mind. ポートキャリブレーション中よ。
Well, shit.
君にできるかな。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。この一本がさ、外は危ないからね。 あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
警戒は怠らないわよ。
Oh, that's not where I thought it was.
問題ないわ。こういう香りは好き？ Crime scene investigation.
もしどこかが急に発火したら
アーツユニット起動します。
風よ。
What's happening? Stop right there, criminal scum! ここね。
Well, that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
抗ってみなよ。ご命令を付き合い。
And just end that guy. Okay.
作戦目標予定通り完遂しました。
Was that just a straight up fight? That was just a straight up fight. Huh. WD7 Homeland. The destitute and homeless are entrusted to the estate of the missing magnate. The mercenary assassin glares beneath the moonlight. At dawn, old Ishin looks up to the stars. The chilly morning wind blows, and he still misses his terrible home. Ah. You know what? I got just a thing for that.
Fire ホイッスル、誠心誠意尽くします。
Ah, there it is. The reading. 22 years ago. 8:05 p.m. Cloudy. Central Sargon, Ibut region, town of Reef Steppe, surroundings. An abandoned courtyard. This is where you live?
A few years ago, a merchant built the magnificent courtyard before you, but he disappeared without a trace during his business trip. To this day, no one knows whether he met his fate in a natural catastrophe or a man-made tragedy. But, whichever the case, this courtyard has become a place of refuge for those of us with nowhere to go.
Old Ishin brought 2 new faces with him. She doesn't seem all that poor, going by her looks.
We need to be careful. Sit back inside. I shouldn't pry into old Ishin's secrets.
What is this courtyard called?
The Sleeping Sargon. That's what all those without a home have come to call this place. Just like our fallen homeland, my lady, we sleep on the most extravagant corpse you can find in the whole world. Please stay the night and wait until sunrise. Only then can we leave for the heart of Reef Steppe.
The land encircled by reefs.
Precisely, right in the center of the Sea of Sands.
The Padisha and Lord Amir choose to rebuild their city somewhere with far richer resources, living in a forgotten ruin and a land of lawlessness. Be that as it may, to those who once lived in that city as well as their descendants, leaving that place behind is easier said than done.
You can hire underground messengers to do your bidding there. They will create fake identities for you and help you leave Sargon territory. However, your destination is quite some distance away. Old Ising cannot guarantee you will arrive in one piece.
How is Elliot doing?
He's asleep, but it is safe here. You care for him more than old Ising imagined you would. It is proof of your kindness.
He's not going to be happy if he catches you say that.
Oh, old Ishin can see it, the anger lurking in him.
I thought you have met plenty of people like him. Civil unrest and skirmishes happen often in Sargon, after all.
The world may think there are many brave men with a lust for revenge. There isn't. Most merely drown in their hatred. Their rationality is squashed by their anger.
I can save him this once, and only this once.
Yes, old Ishin understands. His fate lies elsewhere, and his fate is bound to that gold coin of yours.
Why 22 years exactly?
Arts cannot give us so-called prophecies, and no mere mortal can manipulate time. Time is the mother of all fates. All old Ishin likes to do is wager against time.
So you mean... What's wrong?
Ah, what a beautiful creature. Old Ishin can tell. The two of you depend on one another. Old Ishin can tell. It is your partner.
What? Is Monster fucking Theresa? That'd be fucked up.
The two of you have traveled a long, long journey together.
Let's go, Monster. Let's go see them.
Oh, you communicate. Your hearts are connected. Old Ishin can feel that. You've a complete trust in this creature, as though it's your one and only friend. Yet, you traveled on your long, arduous journey with no one but this beautiful creature. Lady, is this glory of yours replete with nothing but loneliness?
Loneliness doesn't affect my responsibilities in any way. It seems we've got company. I'll go take care of them. Please stay here. Take care of Elliot.
Of course, old Ishin has ways to hide. After all, old Ishin has been hiding for far too long.
Where's Kal'tsit?
Enemies are abound. She is fending them off with her trusted partner.
You mean that weird creature? Why are you looking into the distance like that? Are you worried about her?
No, old Ishin is not worried. She has a tenacious spirit. Old Ishin thinks not even death can stop her in her tracks. That is why old Ishin respects her. Old Ishin has a question for her.
What do you want to ask her?
For the past 100 and some years, old Ishin has had the same dream again and again. In those dreams, there stands a magnificent city amongst the golden sands. The city moves, and the sky seen from its towers is purer and clearer than ever. The young Pasha stands next to old Ishin, and there is always a vast empty swath of land before our eyes. The young Padisha would always begin to recount to old Ishin. Yet old Ishin is too old. Old Ishin forgets. Old Ishin's crimes are unforgivable.
He's talking to himself again.
Old Ishin has always thought this answer. Old Ishin has been waiting for someone who knows the city and its glory. All those who had to do with the city yet live in the dream. Some have forgotten, but a great many of us still look back fondly on our homeland. We built this city on rock and roll with our own hands under the Padisha's leadership. A great city, even if catastrophes bring it to ruins. The city is the true beginning of the land of Reef Step. The Sargonians of Ibot must never forget anything about Reef Step. Yet, old Ishin has forgotten. Old Isin is unforgivable.
You've been waiting for someone to tell you what you've forgotten in your dreams? The old fortune teller turns around, his smell ever rotten. His facial features are strange, and his bare fingers certainly do not resemble his actual age. Old Isin smiles happily. I haven't noticed his fingers. Are they not just old man fingers? I can't do an actual roaring noise.
You're the leader of those squads. I remember you. How'd you find us, Colombian?
Sarkas, I'm not from Colombia. Sarkas tribal dialect.
Huh? What's going on? You trying to control my mind? Fire! Stop our hearts!
Sarkas tribal dialect.
What? Not even the highest grade arrows could harm that monster. We don't have enough info to work with. She seems to be a caster. Be careful.
Sarkas, the Lord Emir of Ibit hired you, didn't he?
You think I'm about to tell you?
No. The Ibit Lord Emir has a deep personal grudge against Victoria. I only got a brief glimpse, so it's possible I'm mistaken, but the arrows just now were indeed Victorian. Looks like your real employer, the Grand Padisha, Murad, is far more crafty than I expected. A patient ruler, fanning the flames between the different forces without a care in the world. Perhaps he had anticipated the plans of the Colombians and the local Lord Samir all along.
Ah, and how about the Padisha? Still you dare come to Sargon? Never know what's going on in your Colombian's head. What, you got a Reginium in your brain?
You know, she might, actually.
Padisha Murad wants just the box and nothing else. Give it to us. All of us get to leave this place alive. You haven't destroyed it, have you?
Only because it isn't mine.
Huh, you're a stubborn one. The Ibot Lord Amir's self-righteousness earned him the Padisha's anger. I have no idea who hired those Colombian mercenaries, but I can at least tell you, they won't be putting up a fight anymore. This pointless war is coming to an end soon. Padisha Murad gave us the authority to bring all this to an end.
If that were the case, why would an almighty Sargon Padisha hire mercenaries to do his bidding here instead of sending his personal guards?
I guess this has got way too much to do with Colombia, after all. But none of this matters to you and me right now. You got a decision to make here, Operations Advisor. All you gotta know is that there is no one coming to save you in this desert.
At least Stretch's body?
Watch out for the creature. I know what the fuck that is, but it's gonna be tricky to take it down.
Sarkas tribal dialect.
Exclamation point! You? No, it can't be. This isn't just normal arts. Devil speak! You're a Colombian. How? Enough! Talk to us in Victorian or Sargonian, or else we'll shoot.
Are you from Castle?
Kazel? It's just a bedtime story for kids. No idea what you have to do with the sarcasm, but doesn't change anything about the situation we're in. Be quick with it. Hand the box over. All the Padisha wants is attack.
This will set off the beginning of Sargon's destruction. Padisha Murad is not a scientist. He doesn't understand the devastation it can cause.
He doesn't need to understand, nor do we.
Is Sargon your homeland, Sarkas?
I lived in Sargon for as long as I can remember. We snuck around the back alleys and hid our horrors. We lived in the filthiest of places. Picking up arms is the only way we get to eat. That's simple. All of us are practically natural-born infected. It's do or die. That's what drives us. So what are you saying?
Wait, so Sarkas are natural born infected? Like they're just infected from birth? That's odd. Huh. Only sarcasm with a firm will can escape the ancient language's influence. The language itself is a kind of sarcasm witchery. What's the source of your conviction? Your mission? Or your greed?
Well, gotta admit, my trick might actually have worked. Still haven't ordered anyone to open fire. I'm still chit-chatting with you with all the patience in the world even.
All I can see before me is a sarcast trying his best to survive using the simplest method he knows. Looks around on alert.
Enough of this crap. I thought you were a Colombian mercenary leader. Stop pussyfooting around.
Padisha Murad won't allow any sarcast to know his dirtiest secrets. You fought off all the other squads vying for this trophy. Don't you suppose the Lord Zamir men were not among them, masquerading as mercenaries? And between the exorbitant amount in taxes and the lives of a few sarcast assassins, what do you think Padisha Murad's choice will be?
Of course we're aware of that. But if we let you go now, does that mean we'll be raking in it even more though? Or our oripathy will be cured right away? Don't get the wrong idea. We'll live at the Padisha's mercy. We don't have a choice.
Perhaps I can give you a choice. Sarcast tribal dialect.
You want to turn us against them? And you want us to serve? Serve Kazel, a place we haven't so much as seen. Don't make me laugh, Caster. Sarka's homeland? There's nothing there but a bunch of ruins. You bookworm types should know better than any of us just how much there's left of Kazel. And the gas is ready, because you fire on the monster. You two, we'll take the bitch down with the first opportunity we got.
Too bad. Looks like negotiation's not on the table anymore.
This isn't even a negotiation. What is this even? Mercy? You're the one who's surrounded right now. Yeah, you're right. You know how to strike fear. But if we don't give the Padisha an answer he's satisfied with by tomorrow, we aren't going to escape death either. Just like I told you, we don't have a choice. Open fire! What the fuck is that behind the smoke? Is that the monster? Not even a scratch? You, Caster! What the fuck are you?
You didn't have to be someone else. Didn't have to be someone else's tool.
I want to live. Besides, this is how it's always been. Sarkas has no right to dream about the future. Draw your blades! Attack!
Oh. We're doing this.
行動開始します。
私たちにお任せください。My speed and I hail from Victoria. 私たちの力の見せ所よ。
アーツユニット
貫く。
I knew it. Ah.
ポッシュ位置につきます。
みんな、私に続け。
Then you're not gonna be able to heal her. Then I should have put you first.
怖くはないわ。
Well, shit.
いい風が吹いている。貫く。
何？パニクってたら余計丸焦げになっちゃうよ。
Well, fuck.
ポートキャリブレーション中よ。Orders please. Discipline strengthens the will.
ご命令を。
この一本がさ、あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
貫く。
うぞご指示を。
みんな私に続け。
わかりました。
みんな私に続け。
燃えろ。
Well,
ええ、気を確かに。I'll need to see proof of it. 皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますから。あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
準備完了。悪くない位置取りだね。
what the fuck? Oh, right. That thing. Oh, it was just waiting there. I didn't even notice. I was like, when's it gonna come up the stairs?
Standing by. Discipline strengthens the will.
I wonder what happens if this guy dies before the drones.
どうぞご指示を。装填発射。
Oh, okay. So you don't actually have to kill the drones to end the mission. Modern day. 4:14 p.m. Clear. Central Sargon, Ibid region, war zone. I find myself looking back on those events often, during my most difficult times. Whenever I grow tired of striking the iron, whenever I am unsatisfied with inferior materials that result in products less than satisfactory, the events I witnessed that day immediately come to my mind. So you took care of all those mercenaries by yourself? No, he planted those weapons beforehand, and they self-destructed. I'm surprised you could bring yourself to actually do it. Didn't you make all those things yourself? What kind of craftsman has lingering affection for their creations? The reason we pour our emotions into our work is to create an even more refined product, not to be tied down by your feelings. So you had it all figured out beforehand, eh? I eliminated all of the factors unbeneficial to us. What's wrong about that? Ah, this burn smell stinks. Don't tell me Rhodes Island claims to be pacifist. Though I can certainly tell you two are not. So, what did you see that day again? Has either of you personally seen her in combat? It is as though she has a bird's eye view from up the sky. What? Everything was under her control. Am I playing ass? Kal'tsit? We're close. Very close. Sarkas, devils. She won. She won indeed. Old Ishi knows this exactly. This is exactly how it would turn out. Do you have to follow me around? Of course, Lady Kal'tsit, ask old Ishin to. Until the moment she steps out of Sargon, her wish is old Ishin's command. Is that her over there? On the other side of the hills, the smell of originium gunpowder and blood yet lingers in the sandstorm. Do-do-do-do-do. A phenomenon that has become all but natural to Elliot. A gust of wind blows past, carrying away with it the dust. Under a clear sun, the strange creature's large stature appears as though it's distorting even the sunlight. There, Kal'tsit stands solemnly. She is as calm and quiet as one can be. You could have become a warrior, nameless mercenary, a Sarkaz warrior.
My death is for a greater purpose, Caster. Not gonna finish me? It was rude.
Let's see.
This monster, more than ready to die. If he is just scratches that much to ask for?
Roar. I should really not do that voice anymore. Enough, monster. He's a dead man with those injuries.
Looks like we saved the Padisha some trouble.
Sarkaz, what's your name?
Which one? Tell me, Caster. The castle you were talking about. How does it look now?
Terrible, still. But the Sarkaz are rebuilding their homes.
Home? How could those devils, as infected, possibly have one? I've never even left Sargon.
The Sarkaz have tried to rebuild Castle, their home, for centuries, though they have never succeeded. Everyone has a different idea as to what the term homeland means, but as it stands right now, Castle is perhaps as close as you can get to the term its original meaning. To the term's original meaning. The Tikas deserve a home.
That does have a nice ring to it. Poor devil. Poor devil. He's gone. No longer with us.
Okay, to me his hands just look like old man hands. You two shouldn't have come.
You made quite a ruckus here. Old Ishin thinks this place could use some cleaning to avoid catching anyone's attention.
You took them all of them down by yourself? Okay, you two took down the whole mercenary squad? How many of them were there? It was no easy task. I would have been in quite a tight spot if they weren't as afraid of monsters as they were. Let's pick up the pace. We've already found ourselves in even 7 skirmishes since we left Redhorn. And now we have an entire Sarkaz mercenary squad. We'll likely face the Lord Amir's guards next, or the Padisha's elite troops. No matter the case, the more we run, the more fierce our enemies become.
Old Ishin gets the impression that you didn't want to kill them.
You're not wrong.
You seem to have a special feelings for Sarkaz. Oh, pardon old Ishin. Old Ishin should not have asked. The sun is setting soon, Lady Kal'tsit. We must bury these bodies right away. It looks like their sand buggy will save us quite a bit.
We need to be quick. Sorry about that. Can knowledge be a means to buy over a person's heart? Elliot has never so much as thought about that. He used to be naive, but he was also gifted, precisely because of this. Of course, he cannot understand why old Isin would follow everything Kal'tsit says after that exchange of theirs. It is as though he lives in the distant past. He merely gazes at the far end of Sargon's golden sands, waiting for someone to come give him the answer he has always sought. Is knowing what the answer is all that he ever wanted?
This is the entrance to the old market. This is the Reef Step town.
Yet another Sargon town.
Old Isin knows where the entrance is. The old market is no secret. Anyone has the right to look for that which they want here. Come with old Isin.
Old Isin? I thought you died in the golden sands.
Old Isin is fortunate to survive.
Frick. Weird. Well, my phone just did a weird thing. Are those two behind you Colombians? Colombians on the run? That box they have gotta be worth some money then. Ah, relax. Why so tense? I give you 400 gold coins for the box. Sorry, but it is not for sale. That's too bad. No worries, I'm sure we'll have more chances to do business with each other. Isn't that right, old Asian?
Please don't let it get to you, lady. This just happens often here. She isn't actually that curious about the box.
If she actually had their mind set on it, we wouldn't be getting much sleep in the future. She opened at 400 coins?
This is the Reef Step Black Market, the vibrant heart of Ibet.
How long are we staying here?
This will be a long journey, and will take old Isin time to prepare. Perhaps 2 weeks.
Listen, I'm counting on you.
What is this for? Gold coins? Old Isin needs no money at all.
Our enemies are still coming after us. We need to get preparations done as soon as possible.
Old Isin understands, but please keep your coins. Old Isin is in no place to take them, and Old Isin still has much to ask you.
Very well, I understand. Feel free to ask me anytime, even now.
Thank you. Old Isin is far too old. Old Isin has forgotten far too many important things. Alas, most of those who remembers what I wish to know have come and gone. That is why old Isin is looking for clues. Lady, you're young. Normally, old Isin would not hold out hope for those your age, but you know of that city, the secrets that disappeared in those great winds long ago.
What do you want to remember, old Savra?
Old Isin once served a Padisha, the Padisha of the land of Reefstep. The Padisha saw old Isin as a friend and would even die for old Isin, an honor old Isin can never fully repay. Yet, it has been far too long. Old Isin has forgotten the words of the Padisha. Before old Isin dies, old Isin must remember his words.
The disaster that destroyed the city left you directionless.
It has been too long, lady. Look, you remember even the catastrophe.
The Padisha who ruled Reefstep doesn't show up in the history books much, but at the very least, the written accounts and folklores do not mention a Savra fortune teller. It will probably take some time if you want to figure out who you are.
Oh, that's fine. Even if you must leave this place behind, there's still a long wait ahead. Old Isin will patiently await your return. Old Isin does not die. Old Isin only asks you to remember this.
I promise you.
Please, come with Old Isin. Old Isin has a home here, an old dwelling.
Huh? Sorry about that. Isn't this just a normal... Wait, what the fuck is this? Pure gold? You buried a whole mountain of pure gold here? Shout it louder, why don't you?
These are Old Isin's riches. But Old Isin has no way to spend them. Now, Old Isin is glad to finally give them purpose.
That is no small sum you have. Has no one gone after your riches before?
Old Isin was the Padisha's favorite courtier. Person. Even if Old Isin has had not a bean to his name, Old Isin will always be protected. Old Isin will get started with preparations now.
What do you want to know?
Far too much, my lady. But you possess all the answers.
It feels pretty empty up here. A black market always starts out as a normal underground bazaar. It's a fairly common sight for areas barraged by catastrophes. When nightfall comes, the lights are moved underground. Oh. Something on your mind? I've been on the run with you for a while now, but you're still keeping me in the dark for a lot of things. Like that old Savra with amnesia. Long ago, there used to be a city here. The only nomadic city in Ibot's vast territory. The building of a city is a miracle in itself, but before the Riftstep Padisha, no one had managed to unite all of Ibot, and the symbol of that unity? The city among the golden sands. That was what inspired everyone to unite under his rule. That era was not that long ago, and I believe there are still a fair amount of people out there wallowing in their homeland's former glory. Unfortunately, it was not meant to last. The city met its fate during a catastrophe. Supposedly, after the Patisha had evacuated all his citizens and workers, he simply lamented and lashed out at the gathering storm. Lash out? At a catastrophe? That's how it was recorded in history, at least. But it most likely actually happened. The catastrophe laid waste on the Padisha's grand achievement in a brief moment. In just one night, all its citizens became refugees. They very well could have built a new home together, but with the destruction of the city, everything was left behind in that sandstorm, forgotten. Old Isin was among them. The Lord Zamir and now the Padisha didn't want to spend a huge sum of money to rebuild the city. Thanks to that, their descendants likely had no idea where to begin to rebuild their homeland. This filled them with grief, and this is also why they gave us, all those who still respect the land of Ristep, the same amount of respect. So, is that why they're helping us? Because it's like helping out their countrymen? On the looks of it, we'll get to leave Sargon soon, right? If everything goes well, we should be leaving Sargon territory within the month. And we're going to Ursus? That's right. Why? I don't get it. Did you really abandon everything you had in Colombia and came to Sargon just to keep our research from becoming the powder keg that sparks a war? None of you could have possibly foreseen what the chain of events would eventually lead to.
And you can?
If you really want me to give you an answer, I'll say yes.
It would be so much easier if you killed me and destroyed the box now. But here you are letting me hold on to it.
Do you want me to do that?
No. It'd be kinda hot, but no. At first, I was really bothered that I was the only survivor, but I don't feel that way anymore.
Kal'tsit, if I give you this box now, will you do something for me? For us? You know the Ibot Lord Amir was dragged into this mess. From Sargon to Colombia, the accomplices of this conspiracy are everywhere.
But I still want them to pay the price. See, this box, it's my one and only trump card.
But once it's destroyed, you'll have nothing.
Nothing?
Actually, Kal'tsit, ever since the beginning, I've always felt I didn't need this box. I remember all the details, and I can replicate our past results. You...
Of course, it'll take a long time, and there's probably going to be lots of difficult issues, but I think I can do it. If, just like you said, there's some kind of way to turn this originium energy source into a weapon.
This is the first time you're looking at me in the eyes, Kal'tsit. The first time you aren't treating me as a kid or someone to be protected, but as a scientist, a Colombian. Perhaps I've been underestimating you because of your age, Elliot.
Relax. I won't let these bad guys use the professor's research as they please. I won't. But I will use it to finish one last thing.
You don't understand how Professor Thorne's research came to be. I heard him say before that the basis of the technology came from a set of ancient ruins that archaeologists found in Sargas, and it could provide nomadic cities an entirely new and convenient energy source. I'll say it again. If misused, this could easily bury half of Sargon under its golden sands. Well, you were the head of the mercenaries to begin with. You probably have a few other tricks up your sleeve just to be safe, don't you, advisor? Such as taking me out right now, the way you people like to take care of things. What do you mean, you people? I don't know how to make monster happy sounds. Go back inside. You! Enough with the tough act, Elliot. With the way you are now, you can make a sensible decision. You should really think about what it is that you want to do carefully.
Thank you, thank you. This is all old Isin wants.
You're going so far away?
Old Isin won't be going. Old Isin will go nowhere.
Alright, your call. You got the cash and I got the goods. Simple as that. You need any help packing?
No, no need. We must keep my lady's whereabouts a secret.
I'm right here, bitch.
Ah, my lady. The preparations are almost complete. We have medicine, food, water, and a small amount of refined originium ingots.
This car here is stolen, and it's already been modified about 4 or 5 times by the Vover. By the people. It's kind of beat up. That's the only downside to it. It's got everything you want in a car. Even got a multi-grenade launcher. I could use a multi-grenade launcher for a car. Heard you guys are going north. Where to? Sammy, perhaps? Whoa! You guys actually make it that far?
As for your compensation,
All pure gold? I ain't giving you change, you know. That's a pain in the butt.
just like how we were treated in the old days, old Isin is never stingy when it comes to compensation.
Well, thanks. Let's call it a day here, Isin.
Very well, my lady. If all goes well, you will be departing on your journey within the next 3 days.
Lithuanian arts unit parts are nice and all, but they're such a hassle to use, and they're usually pretty rough. Colombians make much better stuff. I got some new wares here. Originium weapons straight from Minos. Once you place the order, you gotta buy it. What about it you don't understand?
Ah, oh lively. Old Isin doesn't hate this place at all.
If you have wealth and status here, why roam the streets elsewhere in Ivet?
Old Isin wants to help Sargonians. This ideal help old Isin move forward and help support his many lifetimes.
Compared to the average lifespan of Sover, you have lived quite a long time. Is this an effect of your Originium arts?
Old Isin has forgotten even what his Originium arts could do. Old Isin can fiddle with his Originium crystal ball, but old Isin does not remember what kind of tricks it conjured up back in those grand radiant days.
This isn't a normal physiological disease. Your brain and body are under the influence of some kind of arts.
Lady Kal'tsit, old Isin thinks that, with the reef step lost to the storm, perhaps there are no more clues to be found anywhere but in the centermost areas of Sargon. Have you been to that fabled Golden City?
You mean the capital of Sargon? Though its industrial prowess has been advancing day by day, Sargon's capital has never once opted to relocate its nomadic city.
In the winds, the sand ceaselessly beats against Sargon's walls as time goes on and on.
Even catastrophes cannot rock Sargon's core.
Old Isin thinks what he has forgotten is there. Old Isin can remember everything there, but that is a place that old Isin can never reach.
Only the Padishas and a few Lords Amir who were granted the royal privilege might see the city hidden deep within the sandstorms. You said you wanted an answer.
Old Isin remembers nothing but a dream. In the dream, amid those boundless hotlands, the army simply charged towards the horizon, devoid of people.
Exclamation point.
All old Isin remembers is that the Iron Heels hoisted a scarlet web and charged towards the southernmost horizons of Sargon. But this has nothing to do with the reef step. Is this perhaps a key that could lead to old Isin's past?
Hang on a second. Could you? Wait. You could not have done that. The conquest of the Keshiks of Nixmora took place over 1,000 years ago. How does this have anything to do with Reef Step?
Keshiks, the Nixmora's royal dead. Old Isin knows. Old Isin knows. But why?
Did you serve an Nixmoran offspring? The king of Sargon created a Kuranta of Nixmoran blood, Padisha?
Old Isin seems to. Padisha. Reefstep Padisha. Old Isin's master, a Kuranta, a descendant of Nixmora.
The two of you made for the Watchman's walls together. He must have recounted to you the exploits of his bloodline, something that he must have taken pride in.
Exclamation point. Walls, yes, but no mere city walls. It was to the south, yes, the south, atop the hotlands that not even Sargonians would set foot on. There stood the entrance to lands yet undiscovered by man.
Nixmora. A Nixmoran was created Padisha, and the Ibid region was once the center of his political exploits. He didn't choose to merely wallow in the luxuries promised to him by the Lord Samir. Instead, his thirst for conquest drove him to
conquer the deserts, yes. The Padisha wanted to conquer these golden sands. He led the people and built an entirely new city, a nomadic city.
According to the history books, he almost succeeded. As for you, even though he treated you with nothing but benevolence, even though he passed away long ago, you remain lost in his life.
Old Isin remembers now. Old Isin is not a gatekeeper, and certainly not the Padisha's close friend. Old Isin was just a jester before them. No, old Isin remembers now. No. Was it those summer nights?
Please, calm down a little.
No. All right. Age has left old Isin's memories in a muddle. You're right. Once upon a time, the Padisha would hold a banquet at his palace every starry night and address all those in attendance. No! Old Isin was undeserving to bask in his glory and radiance.
You've been under his originator's influence, and the long nightmare has twisted your thinking. Though this is not something he had done to you deliberately.
His subjects went voluntarily. There was none who could resist those extraordinary fantasies, curiosity, longing, and thirst for knowledge. All of it would work to keep us enthralled by the Padisha's charm.
You were lost in your own dreams.
No, It shouldn't be. Old Ishin shouldn't. Please, allow Old Ishin a brief moment of peace. Please, leave Old Ishin alone.
Exclamation point. We're leaving tomorrow. What about all this? He needs some time to clear up his thoughts. The next Mora had been tormenting him for far way too long. He's been trying to embrace the past in his dreams. What? We have no use for the box anymore. It was our final trump card, but now that we are leaving Sargon behind us, it makes no difference to us anymore. But it's mine. The last thing I still have. That's why I'm leaving the decision to you. What will you do? What? You're forcing me to make a decision? I'm not forcing you to do anything. Even if you are actually able to replicate the technology behind it and break away from its original form, with where the Originium industries are currently, that will do you no good at all. The young researcher sets the box down after hesitating briefly. He has almost completely forgotten what's inside the box, despite the fact he has kept it on his person for the entire journey. The blue Originium crystals are discharging tiny, stable sparks. It's beautiful. Is this really as dangerous as you've been making it out to be? A simple sample such as this won't help explain why. Once you master the core principles behind it, you will be able to craft from it a grenade capable of wiping out an entire city with ease. What do you think will happen if the Ibudi Lord Amir or Padisha Murad get their hands on this technology? The technology is still being developed. The bad guys will get their hands on it sooner or later. The truth is, this Originium crystal sample is the only one of its kind. As an Originium crystal, it actually isn't particularly special on its own. It is how it came to take its current form that makes it special. It was found in an excavation. You can always count on the archaeologists to discover new secrets. The Colombians only ever found 3 Originium samples like this one. Without exception, they all came from the surrounding of a certain Sarkat's ruin. What's going to happen if you destroy them? The sample's explosive range is hardly comparable to the electrical devices we use in experiments. However, because of its nature, it will nonetheless put us in danger. The danger of being infected with neuropathy. Alright. You said it's one of a kind? Well then, I know how to take care of it now. Wait. You can't. Monster, protect him. The boy smashed the beautiful crystal to pieces. In an instant, the bright light of the electric sparks has engulfed everything in the immediate area. Ah! Why are you stopping me? Didn't you hear me? This is a piece of Originium. You will get infected. Gah! So what? Do you hate the infected? Do you despise them, huh? Well, perfect. I don't know you anything anymore now. I am infected myself. What? Do you not see the crystals on my shoulders? It hurts. My head. Those are the symptoms of an acute infection. We need to get you treated right away. I don't need it. I'm just keeping you from turning to Originium dust within the next few hours. You chose the wrong path, Elliot. Even if you were trying to shatter your own fate, this is the worst possible method you could choose. Boy stupid. Big whoop. Elliot Glover. You are now uninfected. This is the fate you chose for yourself. Well, And it's just a perfect fate for me then. If you don't want to live a life of suffering, I have many ways to set you on your way. No, I just... Gah. Perhaps this will help me break away from the shackles. No, I have nothing to do with my past. Sorry for dragging you into this mess. I'm surprised you can still apologize. That's because I hate you too, Kal'tsit. I thought you weren't going to treat me like a Colombian anymore. No, that's not why. Do you really think you can decide someone else's fate for them? I never once thought I could. But that's exactly what you're doing, Kal'tsit. Even though no one could say you made the wrong decision doing that. It's all coming to an end now, isn't it? This doesn't change when I will be leaving, and you would need to lay down and get some rest right now. So is this what our empathy is? It differs from person to person. So does that mean I don't need to use those Arts 2 units to conduct arts device experiments now? You haven't received any in-depth Originium Arts education, and it will just kill you even sooner. So you're saying I can do it? Yeah, that's not so bad. Boy, stupid. Alright, give me one moment. I need to take care of something real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I took the chance to also drink some water. Let's keep going.
Keep going straight, and you will reach another way out of the black market. Only old Ishin knows of this exit. No one else. No one has ever even been here. An altar. A grave. My lady, there will be no obstacles in your way.
Elliot, I'm going to Ursus. I know that. Why are you telling me this now? That is not important. What I am asking you is, are you going to stick with me? You could go back to Colombia to continue your business, before you make your decision, at the very least. Or you could stay. Huh? Old Isin is right. No one controls fate itself. He will help you.
If that is my lady's wish, old Ishin will offer you his assistance, dear child.
You're saying all this now? I can't decide your fate for you. Even if you try to prove me that you're cutting off ties with your past, No matter how extreme your methods, you know from the beginnings this is how you've always felt deep inside your heart. I am stopping war. I am stopping this Sargonian civil unrest set up by the legacy of Stark as witchcraft, and I am preventing a large-scale originium infection. That is my goal, to put it simply. So you're saying you've already succeeded? And what do you think of all those people who died in your quest? I get it. I know you saved me. You were really there to save us, and I owe you my life. But they weren't just making preparations for war. That's not their crime. War has already started, Kal'tsit. You've seen it, haven't you? You've been in so many battles on your journey. How many people have you killed? How many of them were out to kill us? The Padisha, the Lord Samir. The civil war has already started. If all of this comes to an end, does it really mean they will gladly set aside their differences and start throwing parties? You don't understand how the Sargon nobles and Lord Samir work. Their corruption and pride will bog them down. So you'll just come up with some pointless summary and get up and leave? I can't, Kal'tsit. Sorry, but I can't. What do you want to do? I will find every last one of them. From Sargon to Columbia. All of them.
Ah, persistence. Fuck. Looks like the child has made up his mind, my lady.
This is a choice he made, Ishin.
Old Ishin knows. Old Ishin respects both of your wishes. Old Ishin is very old, after all. Old Ishin wants to leave behind a kindling that will spark a new fire.
Will you help me?
To the best of my ability, my child.
Thanks. Don't call me your child, though. That's kind of creepy. But thanks. Then, Kal'tsit, it's time for us to say goodbye. Newly awakened from his nightmares, the old man reminisces the glory of the old days as tears well up in his eyes. The young researcher contemplates to himself. The anger welling up in him manages to suppress even the pain of his infection. As for Kal'tsit, she merely stays quiet, saying not a word. The nomad then takes her leave by herself.
My lady, please do not forget old Issin's reward. In some 20 years, you will return with a gold coin to take away with you this helpless soul.
Monster, it's time to go.
よくやったわ。みんな最高よ。
WD-8 approaching blizzard. Icicles as dark as shadows. Shadows. Oh. Alright then.
모든 악한 것들은 내가 물리치겠다.
Sorry about that. 13 years ago. 8:09 p.m. Heavy snow. Victoria Border Autonomous Region. County of Toron. Vincent Banner. Ah, good. Back here. It is a great city. All Victorians should find time to pay it a visit and gaze upon its magnificence.
So you're saying our respectable dukes have not yet arrived at a conclusion?
Yes, that is correct. They haven't yet. For the time being, Londinium is still a city without a master. So I take it you've had the fortune and privilege to tour Londinium with the Duke of Normandy? Alas, the Duke is forbidden from entering Londinium by law. Of course, he is a fine gentleman, so he would never be so presumptuous to invite himself in. So we instead enjoyed dinner on a ship together in the Londinium countryside.
Oh, what kind of a hero is the Duke?
Well, he is the most gracious and erudite of nobles. His views in economics and politics are unique and unparalleled. Not only that, but my understanding is that he is well trained in music, and he possesses an impressive art collection, testament to his respect for the arts. It is because of heroes like him that Victoria remains as prosperous as ever.
Despite not having a ruler for the past dozen or so years, Victoria has managed to maintain its stability.
But the truth is that the dukes were getting in each other's way behind the scenes, and that's not all. If so many Victorian nobles actually fell victim to food poisoning and hunting accidents, then the country's noble rule would have crumbled to dust long ago.
And 3 years ago, your father nearly experienced that firsthand.
Yes,
His leg is actually injured.
there's a noble who is an academic enemy of my father. They were a cocktail party together and he made his move after the party.
That must have been well disguised, if it was thought to be an accident.
My father had a few leads, but he didn't want this affair to get in the way of relaying intelligence.
How many of the Thompson's men are there in this manor right now?
A lot of them, such as the one you were talking to earlier. They also paid my father's villa a visit before tonight's party.
Richard was quite critical of your father just now.
I suppose he spoke much of it from his heart. He has had quite the rivalry with my father the past several years.
Yet, they still assemble around Thompson. Your father is a good leader.
And not without your guidance, Lady Kal'tsit. Who could have thought back then that the Laterano cleric who came to visit Victoria would become our most trusted mentor?
Our goals are one and the same.
Kal'tsit, they will get out of this unscathed. We will get out of this unscathed. Will we?
Heidi, you need to look around with your own eyes. If you truly wish to step into this world, then you cannot allow civilization's facades blind you anymore. You need to see the world yourself. Comforting words are meaningless. You will grow up one day.
Now, unpleasant as it may be, I must say I heard a rumor from the lesser nobles and ruffians.
My, did they upset you?
Right, as you can see, it was the Duke's graciousness that forged the peace and prosperity enjoyed by our country today. However, and this is something that even the traders in Columbia are aware of, we also cannot deny it has been a long time since Victoria has seen a rightful ruler ascend its throne.
And what of it? Does that not go to show we are becoming even more powerful through our own means?
You are correct, Richard, but there was also this opinion. It was naive and absurd. There was this crowd of men there, each with their own goals. They asked if Victoria truly needed a new ruler. They all said Uncle Vincent is too much of a coward. We're near the border, but we're also being complacent, not making any progress. This is our chance to fight for our rights. Yet all Uncle Vincent knows to do is throwing parties in the manor. Even this trip to Londinium, it hardly achieved any meaningful results.
This isn't your father's opinion. Thompson is also foolish to let radical atmosphere get to his head.
But that's how the adults always complain to my father.
No foolish noble will ever receive an audience with a real duke. Do you think that the Duke of Normandy really didn't intimidate Vincent with any harsh demands? Torn is near the border, and there are a few people here. In other words, this place is not under the influence of any major forces.
Uncle Vincent.
This nobleman may seem uninterested in anything except celebrating this false peace with music and shows, but he is actually doing his best to uphold Thorn's peace, that despite the peace here, is fragile and easily broken. His arrogance and temperance are just at the right level to hide his thoughts well, and those who actually understand his true intentions are few and far between. Thompson would never place so much trust in a count severely lacking in courage.
I almost pronounced this very wrongly.
Insight and judgment. They may seem like they are heading down different paths, but these paths will lead them to the same destination.
Huh, it's nice to hear you say so. Kal'tsit, are you not going to look at your mail?
From Londinium to Toron, these letters have made it halfway across Victoria. How many hands has the letter passed through? How many of them know of the hot truth of these events?
Well, there are lots.
Workers, newsboys, popcorn hawkers, park gardeners. They knew nothing of the letter's contents. They didn't even know who these words ultimately belonged to. But now this letter has made it to Thompson, and now me. There is nothing to worry about.
I see. But what about the other one? The one from Casdell?
It was sent straight to Thompson by a sarcasm messenger. I told him how to contact Thompson himself, but if things had gone according to plan, he would have handled this straight to me.
Yeah, but when that Sarcast made it to Victoria, Father did not know how the Sarcasts honor their hero's death, so all we could do is cremate his body according to our traditions and scatter his ashes in the nomadic city's waterways.
I can't tell you his real name, but at the very least, he died as a messenger, and I will bring his story back to his homeland. He won't be forgotten.
Kal'tsit, is this how you treat everyone?
Why do you ask?
No, I was just thinking, Achoo! Oh, pardon me. How unbecoming of me.
The snow is getting heavier. Let's get back inside. I will pay Thompson a visit once the party is over.
I'm sure Father will be happy. Should I perhaps hold your arm? That way no one will be suspicious of us.
If you think that is necessary.
Okay, you're so much taller than me.
You haven't grown at all, Heidi.
Take a look outside, Kal'tsit. The snow is so heavy. I haven't seen this much snow in a very long time.
You're right. A snowstorm is coming. Heidi ponders to herself just how many clouds are needed to shed so many snowflakes. The white snow is scattering in all directions, gyrating into the sky as the wind blows past. Where the pale yellow lights cannot illuminate has been shrouded in a thick mist that covers the entire city. The night sky tonight is without stars and moonlight. The black tidal wave is beginning to crash upon the beaches. Hiss and huff.
Kal'tsit?
Black snow.
Huh? I'm not seeing any.
Heidi, tell everyone to keep the party venue under control. I need about an hour's time. Don't let anyone near the garden.
I can do that, but what's going on with you all of a sudden?
We've got company.
What? We may be on the border, but this manor belongs to Victorian Count. Who would?
Heidi, if I don't come back to the manor, you and your father need to keep this a secret. Do not dig any deeper into this.
But
this is a warning as well as an order.
Exclamation point. Be safe.
To the north of Sami and Ursus and the south of Sargon, those lands yet untrodden by man. Whether the demons and monsters that dwell there are normal creatures is yet unknown, but they are far older than any country we know. Humans have fought them for a long time, indeed. This is a proposition worthy of further notice. Until now, humans cannot be the masters of their own countries. The ancient Sargon king and the powerful Keshiks hit it off right away, and then Nixmoras Kagan strove to conquer all lands unexplored by civilization. The results were impressive. No non-human threat ever set foot on Sargon territory again. Sami has used countless witchcrafts and sacrifices to create their snow priests, and one generation after another, the sorceresses lost themselves as they battled the enemies from beyond their borders. And Ursus, you deployed the strongest elites to simply tear them to shreds, Wendigos in heavy armor, or veteran warcasters.
Hey, Waffy. Hope you're having a good night. I'm getting back into some more Arknights. And I get to see Kal'tsit and Asud again.
When the Empire's ambitions are without limit, your kind did not merely tear them to shreds. You used the shreds of power left behind by those non-humans.
Just woke up. Damn. Good morning then. If it is morning.
Show yourself. The will of Ursus drove you here. You are far underestimating Victoria's might. The aura of demons lingers on your footsteps. Have you ever given any thought to where your responsibility lies? Your mind can't already be taken by the demons, Royal Guard. Your mind can't already be taken by the demon. Alright. As the figure steps out into the light, the unilluminated darkness surrounding it begins to quiver.
I can smell the fear in you, traitor.
It took you a while to find me.
Here comes the Emperor's blade, indeed.
It wasn't for the uprising and its aftermath. I would have come to lay down your punishment long ago. The imbeciles allowed you to escape. This has been an embarrassment, and they have already been executed for their incompetence.
Perhaps I should remind you again. The snowstorm here can bury entire cities, but they cannot erase the footsteps of a royal guard. You are in Victoria, and there stands the manor of a Victorian count, and not 100 meters behind me. Do you understand the consequences of your actions?
Consequences? Your threat is weak and empty. Wherever I stand, the earth beneath me belongs to the empire of Ursus. You never had the right to address me, traitor. Not before the word demon left your lips. Soon, I will beat out of you how you came to know this secret. Your understanding of the demons does not grant you a dialogue. You murdered an Ursus Grand Duke, and you know of our darkest secrets. Your countless crimes are worthy of 1,000 deaths.
It seems we won't be convincing each other for the moment. Though that applies only to you. Though that applies only to your evaluation of the situation at hand.
Beast, bare your fangs. You can't fool me.
Monster.
I do not know what a Brying is. God damn, that bitch is big.
Master, do not underestimate him. He is no normal human.
You hide a device in the garden? No, a creature. Sss. You know of the demons, and you have a monster serving you. One that Ursus's vast knowledge is yet unaware of.
That's a big girl. Yep, monster is a big girl. Alright.
Perhaps your crimes have far exceeded my expectations.
Or perhaps I managed to make an impression on a royal guard.
I won't deny it, traitor. But you have my curiosity. What drove you to betray our homeland? No. Perhaps my investigations did not fully uncover your entire past. And it looks like that is indeed the case. Unlike the criminals who escaped to Sami, it appears you still have a trick up your sleeve. Do not get the wrong idea. It is hardly a difficult matter to kill you.
I suppose that is why you are standing. I suppose that is why you are staining this area around us.
You needn't concern yourself. I know what I'm doing.
Master,
I did not expect it to be this hard.
if I remember right, Master is somewhere around Patriot side. Oh, could be wrong.
I see. If your own flesh and blood is also hardened, then indeed it makes you a formidable foe.
Master, come back. Do not chase after him. Avoid the black mist. That is no mist at all.
Still big girl, yep.
This is far beyond the normal realm of our Unimarts. It looks like it has really been too long since I last dealt with the Emperor's blade. You and your men have made remarkable progress.
You know this much about our secrets. Even the most senior Ursus scientist would never be allowed to meddle in the Royal Guard's ancient ritual.
Ancient rituals? Yes. Only the ceremonies of your crazed self-proclaimed spiritual leaders could adorn your kinds with your demons. You're a survivor of the Valley of the Setting Sun.
Shh.
The Empire's will is always focused and unswerving, yet your goal seems to stray from your motherlands. At the very least, you're not that young. You should not be fighting me, Royal Guard. Both you and I know that the job I finished was one that you and your men should have done yourselves, but never did.
Don't be mistaken about what the right lies, traitor. You do not represent deity Grifferberg's laws and prestige.
The valley have been cut off from the map. Oh, interesting. If you truly wish the whole uprising, Royal Guard, then you should understand this more than so than anyone. The Empire's rise and fall has never truly been affected by dignity and honor. Let me ask you this then. Did the last Emperor ever truly look down on Victoria from the bottom of his heart?
Perhaps I do not give you credit enough, traitor. I will give you one last chance. Reveal your secrets, and I will grant you a dignified death.
Alas, given this death would have nothing to do with my own conviction, dignity was never on the table. Monster.
Hissing sounds.
As the fear in the air heightens, the Royal Guard draws his blade. He is about to execute Ursus's will.
Was so polluted that it was wiped off the map. Oh. I have some comments I should not make. Emperor's Blade, Pursuer. Whenever a certain percentage of HP unless unleashes permanent terrain effect. Okay then. Ah, I see. Imperial Strikers. I may have done goofed. Best tip is to stall him. Okay. For last, right. Please go into the middle. Fuck. Well, I mean, technically you're in the middle.
Shall save lives. Chainsawのうなり声が聞こえる? 貫く.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
これが戦場というものね. 貫く.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of something different. You know what? Fuck him up.
Discipline strengthens the will.
This is probably a mistake. Ah. Can you hit him from there? Nope, okay. You can hit from there.
もしどこかが急に発火したら、それはただの副作用だからね。
Shoot the bitch.
I'll need to see proof of my destiny.
Okay then. Should just tank that, I suppose. Ow. Fuck.
誰一人通すものか。
That is not what I meant. I meant to put fire whistle in the middle.
オムをゲット。
But in the far back. I see.
この一本が外は危ないからね。
Okay, it seems that Ambriel is only focusing him, so it's probably not a good idea.
わかりました。
Fuck.
準備完了。いつでも燃やせます。
いや確かに。I'll need to see proof of my destiny.
Yes, sir. 犯人。
Fuck him up.
奴らを押し潰せ。
プログラム適量モード適用します。そうで
Ow.
What's happening? Stop right there, criminal scum!
But what if I lap that?
Forward! 何？気をつけて。
You're not hitting anyone from there.
この一本があんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
Okay, ouch. Alright, lesson learned. I didn't know that Ambriel would just focus him. Alright then.
見るからに敵の数が増えてきてる。総攻撃の体制じゃん。ドクター、早く撤退しよう。
The more you know. We learn, and we live. And we do it again.
戦いも仕事も全力で行くよ。
Ah, that's the new nightmare. I see. I mean, realistically, I could still bring Ambriel and just put her last. I probably shouldn't. Alright, I'm gonna try this again. Fighting a fish?
All units, move out! Move out!
극흥지. 지키기 위하여.
Forward!
貫く.
Sure.
悪くない位置取りだね.
I'm hoping you mean the spider. Ah, I mean the fish. I don't know why I was thinking spider.
貫く.
Arts units, charge two. Bravery shall overcome evil. が戦場というもの。
貫く。
Wait.
準備完了。いつでも燃やせます。みんな、私に続け。抗ってみなよ。
Standing by. Benevolence shall save lives. Crime scene investigation.
みんな、私に続け。
What's happening? Stop right there, criminal scum! どうぞご指示。燃えろ。
みんな、私に続け。
Fast redeploy to bait the fart. Ah,
ピラミッド。
that's an idea.
オモーゲッタ。準備完了。チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？
What's happening? An incident?
Probably going to need you in here.
わかりました。問題ないわ。ほら、しっかり。体が重く感じてきた？ あなたの考えはお見通しです。
Fuck him up, I'm in. I just realized you are a son of healing range. Although technically I have regen. Okay, no, never mind. Heal yourself. Who the fuck is Yato?
Yes, sir.
Do you mean? Nope, I have no idea who you mean.
問題ないわ。落ち着いて。
Oh, he's just gonna stay there. Oh, Fang.
私たちにお任せください。
私が怖いですか？
Well, right now it's baiting the casters.
Yes, sir.
Well,
奴らを押しつぶせ。
let's hope we don't fucking die. Also, I just realized Fire Whistle is kind of useless here.
どうぞ。
Nobody is really there.
Forward.
Although I guess backup tank is not a bad idea.
パニクってたら余計丸焦げになっちゃうよ。
Ow!
Crime scene investigation. What's happening?
Right, you can't hit them from there. Well, if I don't
プロ
goofed.
グラム治療モード適用します。
Wait, can you not hit him from there? Oh, now you can hit him from there.
Omogetta.
私の得意技を見せてあげる。
置につけ
He was invisible, right? Ow.
クイルメメグシャメガカテ
Ow! Does he do 3 damage? Because I hope he doesn't. Okay, he only does 2 damage. You know what? Fuck it. I take those. I'll get him eventually.
Shh. This technique, your body's rigidity and your judgment are nothing alike. What are you?
Okay, that sucked. I'm just gonna. Wait, monster.
You humiliated me, monster. This is what you deserve.
Monster, readjust. He's on his last legs. Those are no minor injuries, Royal Guard.
Likewise, traitor. You give yourself an injection. You must certainly feel more than a poke in the arm.
Fun fact, Emperor's Blade. Oh. Well, I feel like that's about to become relevant.
How peculiar. By appearance, you are no different from a veteran warrior. You possess all the traits necessary for you to be the perfect soldier, yet you rely on a beast, a monster for your power.
The marks of battle can be covered, but the lands you've tainted can never bear fruit again. You should not have been so obstinate in your actions.
You fear? Certainly. If you know our secrets, then you should feel nothing but fear right now. Each royal guard is himself a nation.
No, never mind.
Each royal guard is himself a nation. The language of this saying is certainly colorful, but it also speaks the truth rather plainly. Need I remind you, your mask is fracturing. Reality is reaching to the evil that lingers in your body. The cage created by the ritual is beginning to fissure. Or do you really believe that Victoria will turn a blind eye when an Ursus royal guard sets off a horrifying annihilation at a court's manor? The royal guard's duty rests with all that exists in Ursus.
Don't make me laugh. I don't need a traitor to teach me what my duty is.
Tell me then, who do you serve? Ursus as it is now, or the great shadows of the past? Tell me, Royal Guard, do not bring shame to your title. Tell me, what does the current Ursus Emperor think of the Pine Valley affair? Or do you mean to tell me the seeds of that uprising, the origins of the crisis were all the will of the Emperor?
You were the cause of it all.
Feel free to keep deceiving yourself, but the truth is, the young Emperor is unaware of the events that transpired there.
Super tip for every stage is bring with. I may not know who that is. Wait, did I skip something?
You believe he has no need to know. You, all of you seek a bygone era. I won't judge whether that is correct, but when a Grand Duke is allowed to die in a political conflict, his death will always lead to an all-new rebellion.
This is not for you to judge.
I can foresee the many consequences of his death. Some wish for him to die out of anger and their desire for so-called justice. They wanted his death in order to erase evidence and to cut off ties. Others wish for him to live. They wanted him to continue to fulfill the duty he cannot remove himself from. Perhaps there were also those who wanted to keep themselves alive, to serve as a stepping stone, to revolt against all those involved with the Third Army.
Wizardell. Bring that up in the game. Ah, I see. I don't think I've run into them. Like, amongst the times that I was able to look into other operators. But I will keep that in mind.
It didn't matter whether he lived or not. The key was how the contradiction that followed was handled.
You don't mean...
It was up to an unremarkable Ursus assassin to kill the Grand Duke. Someone else, someone she could never imagine to reach, out of a personal grudge. Only then were those crimes finally erased, digested like grass seeds eaten by burning beasts.
Oh, I click outside.
From the sound of it, you have great foresight. You mean to tell me you've solved such a difficult problem as a mere citizen?
It was the best choice to make in order to keep Ursus' internal friction from developing any further.
A strange sound.
Enough with the presumptuousness!
I do not know what burying is.
Traitor! Your excuse is an insult to Ursus. Even if all this is truly as you say, and your actions benefit the Ursus in 1,000 of ways, it was not your decision to make.
Control yourself, Royal Guard.
I can smell your lies. How dare you claim you did this for Ursus?
It's spreading. Even though it's only a small demon shard embedded in that device, it is more than enough to level this entire manor. The Valley of the Setting Sun has turned into a land of fear. If the Royal Guard wants my life, monster, kill him immediately. That's far more effective than defense. Even if the Empire's glory lasts another 1,000 years, those black lands no longer belong to Ursus. They are no longer part of this world. Do you want to repeat your mishaps? Do you want to drag the Empire into a war of unimaginable scale just because you lost control of yourself? You're just caught up in the former Emperor's grand vision. That moment, the fear in the air immediately boils into material substance. Once the earth-shaking emotional release comes to a halt, there remains nothing but a faint ominous black glow emanating from the cracks of the Royal Guard's mask. Monster, stop.
What is this? You let your chance get away. Your one and only chance.
I know your tactics. If I let Monster attack, you would pierce right through my chest with those black spikes of yours.
Looks like I need to test you, and I need not test you anymore. You know like the back of your hand how the Royal Guards operate. You called me inhuman, and now you address me as man?
Suppose you still have a shred of my approval. It would have nothing to do with the will that you are executing right now. As long as you are still resisting, you remain a stalwart barricade of mankind. No one can take from you your honor of having been born a human. At the very least, before you find yourself fooled by that illusion that is destined to be destroyed.
You're right, indeed. There are many things I misjudged. Knowledge is how they grow in strength. To fend them off, the passing down of all knowledge. The passing down of all knowledge of them was oppressed, an unwritten law of nations. You're not a Sami Snow priest. You have nothing to do with Sargon's eternal army. Those who have the privilege of seeing the sights beyond Terra with their own eyes have always been at the top of their country's academic authority. Who the fuck are you?
Someone who fulfilled her duty.
And what is your duty?
You already know the answer in your heart. I did far less than you've accomplished.
I must admit, I have never met an outsider who knows the Royal Guard's secrets. The crimes you committed and the secrets you hold make you guilty beyond measure, but I have never met such a strange creature so evenly matched against me. You are full of surprises. The mystery surrounding you worries me. It seems I must be more cautious when dealing with you. Let us pretend I am following your advice, Ursus citizen, but do not forget that the Emperor's blade is watching you.
We don't have much time left. Ursus has not had the chance to catch his breath, but the moment the Count finds it, it will be plunged into a whole new whirlpool. And it will happen. The people be damned.
Don't get so cocky. I simply did not expect it will take this much time to deal with a traitor. You are worthy of my caution, traitor.
It was your responsibility to the Grand Duke Vanya, and finding the cause of his accidental death is your one and only mission. I ensured a quiet death for him. I then escaped from Ursus' territory. Perhaps what I have done can't truly be considered a violation of Ursus' rights. If so, it stands to reason that a life is too great a price. I trust all of you royal guards are capable of making a sensible decision.
You.
Regardless, you must return to Ursus right this moment. The pain made mean nothing to you, but with your windpipe ripped by monster, you will suffocate and drown in the demon's influence, even just a shard of its corpse. Be quick about it. You might still make it back to Ursus' territory in one piece.
A target worrying about my well-being. This will indeed be a valuable experience. On top of that, you're a traitor. You understand me far better than the men in our armies.
I've never had such a long chat with a royal guard of the Emperor's Blade either.
How long have you lived? Who the fuck are you?
I used to be the Grand Duke's private doctor. Nothing more. You should have killed me while I was making my escape.
Perhaps it isn't too late.
I await the news of your success.
Ha! You should have served your country, traitor. Your limitless potential could have flourished magnificently in Ursus, yet you betrayed it.
Sounds like I should feel bad about that. You love Ursus for how prosperous it is. In that case, I am sure you can see the parts of the country that rot in the sun. The newer generation may be slowly forgetting that prosperity, but as time goes on and things grow worse, they will look back on its magnificence. But is this truly beneficial to Ursus? Once the benefits of war brings with it come to an end, will we be able to solve all of Ursus's problems? Honor cannot feed the masses.
Is that an advice?
I could merely be talking to myself if it so pleases you. I belong to Ursus no longer.
You belong to Ursus no longer. So it was the Grand Duke's personal doctor's decision that he passed. Her intention was to reduce his suffering.
I hope you will make it out of Victorian territory without a hitch.
A shame. If you understood what it is we are safeguarding, you could have contributed to its prosperity. Until next time, we will meet again.
Come back, monster. He's gone. I need to take care of this, Marks.
Kal'tsit!
You should not have come here, Heidi.
You're so badly hurt. I brought you a first aid kit. How do you use this?
Back then, a lot of Emperor's Blade got killed there, so they went off like a bioweapon nuke. So the valley was wiped from the map. Oh, interesting.
I can take care of myself.
Kal'tsit, what happened?
Emperor's Blade, tell your father this name. That's all you have to do. It is nothing you need to worry about yet.
Okay, but was that man from Ursus? What is someone like him doing here?
They are like the shadow of Ursus. And the size of their vast dark shadows has to do with only the Empire's sun. Even if you manage to fend off these shadows, the road beneath our feet remains shrouded in darkness, while the buildings in our surroundings remain unaffected. This too is Ursus, Heidi. This is a part of Ursus, the Empire's winter, the black snowflakes.
Little girl grown up good. I'm slightly uncomfortable by that sentence, but okay.
Before that, we need to deceive everyone else in the manor.
From a girl to a lady, indeed.
We may have avoided the worst outcome, and he didn't scatter his dominion all across the soil here, but the marks he left behind will take some effort to cover up. Monster?
Huh? Is this yours?
Kill 2 wild beasts and bring their bodies back as soon as you can. And Heidi, contact your father immediately. I'll need assistance to put a lid on this the best we can.
How are we going to do it?
We need a false witness, false leads, and all the bribes necessary. Perhaps there is no one out there who knows how to deal with the mounted police better than Thompson.
Okay, I understand. Why are you grasping at this now? Oh, neat.
To lower my body temperature. I was dragged into a fight between 2 wild beasts and unfortunately made it out. But I am afraid the guards will be punished for letting the beast into the garden.
But those are no minor injuries. Are you still...
We managed to avoid the worst case scenario. If he had insisted on fighting me to the death, I'm afraid none of us could have gotten out of this alive. Now, aside from that, find me a messenger who can reach Sami.
Sami? It's so barren there. It will take a while.
We have time. As long as she's alive, I'll get a reply. And I pray I'll get a reply.
Your wounds?
Looks like my blown stained the letter.
Did something happen outside?
Of course not, Count Vincent. Please do not avoid the subject. Tell us how you defeated the Grand Duke's hunters.
Haha! I had no intention to be disrespectful to the Duke, of course. But I lost my temper. I could not well control myself in that competition. It was all because the hunter told me I should never have hired Savars and Salaks. He even told me he took pride in hiring only library housemates and muscly forte for the upkeep and defense of the mansion the Duke awarded him. His words reminded me of an old gardener who once tended our gardens. He was a Zalak, and he had been working here long before I was born, and I never found anything strange or unsatisfactory about that.
Oh, how progressive!
In the end, I was the one who shot down the foul beast, while the Duke's hunter missed his opportunity. You set a fine example for the rest of us, Count Vincent. I should have saved the Duke some face, of course.
When the Duke thinks so highly of you, what's wrong with putting your gallantry on full display?
Ah, you are right. There were the hunter, the bow, and the foul beast, but no one knows me better than myself.
Dear Dame Kal'tsit, it was just as you predicted. The Zarka's court summoned Her Majesty Theresa for an audience, although the ancient Bloodkin held General Theresis in high esteem. The Lord of the Banshees sent only the youngest successor.
Gonna go eat some lunch. Have fun.
Hold up, I'm just stretching.
Thank you for stopping by, Waffy. I really appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy your lunch. And have a good one.
Although the ancient Bloodkin held General Theresis in high esteem, the Lord of the Banshees sent only the youngest successor. It was thanks to General Theresis and the military commission that other countries were unable to interfere with Kasdal's rise to prominence.
Adios.
It was also under the general's supervision that they transported construction materials, enough for several dozen regular nomadic city plates, without issue. The following is a summary of the past month's events. Summary. Kal'tsit. Theresa's handwriting. Kal'tsit. It is such a huge surprise. Who could have imagined that the great Banshee's successor was a boy? He is still very young, just a young boy by his looks. The Banshee's bloodline will keep him young for a long time. Despite his age, he was mouthing off arts left and right. He's a natural-born caster. I can see the royal court change through him. The Starcats are heading towards a new stage. I can feel it. Kal'tsit. Theresis frequently pulls all-nighters in the Commission, and their policies are going off track due to outside pressure. He's started to not listen to whatever I say. A lot of us are worried. They are worried that once the other countries notice Gasdel reunification, they will immediately wipe us off the map. Kal'tsit. I know that you set your sights on the world at large, but I am also hoping you would come back. We must prepare ourselves to take on the challenges we will face in the future. I need you to help me accomplish this. Aside from that, Rimbiliton's engineering department has something new to share. We discovered a set of ruins that match your description. There are only bits and pieces, and the project has reached a bottleneck as a result. The team may need more time to uncover everything. That said, Kal'tsit, does the name Rhodes Island mean anything to you? So soon? Where will you go? Ursus? Chernobog? I haven't heard of that place before. What are you doing there? Why don't you come to Sami with me? No, I will take Ludmilla to Siracusa. I will also stop by Victoria on my way. Isn't this your wish? I want you to live, Kal'tsit. Kal'tsit? Heidi, you and your father will continue our work in Victoria. Our only objective is to prevent the cities to boast their honor and glory from falling to the Duke's unrest. Dame Kal'tsit, are you leaving? I have to leave sooner or later, Heidi. Try not to make the Count suspicious. Let's head back to the party.
Dear God, what happened? How are you injured so? Get a doctor, hurry!
Uncle Richard.
Oh, I saw something just now. There were two fierce beasts. What was that? Were you attacked by these beasts?
Oh my! I heard the catastrophes a few years ago infected some of those fierce wild beasts. I'm okay, ladies and gentlemen. It is just some simple flesh wounds. Heidi has already tended to my injuries.
Are you sure you can stand? I'm not sure I would have called it simple. How could something like this happen at one of my dinner parties? Those useless guards? Please, lie down and get some rest. Someone, head to the garden at once. I want to know what happened there. No, Count Vincent, please let me go. You know my swordsmanship. Richard, you are my guest, but very well. This is just time for us to rely on your gallantry. Come, Lady Kal'tsit. My personal physician will tend to your injuries. He will be here soon.
My apologies, Count Vincent. I did not mean to disrupt your party.
No, my lady, I am responsible for this mistake. I allowed an assassin to waltz right into my manor.
Please don't look too much into this affair.
Oh, right, I understand. Though I am surprised you don't seem at all shaken by this. Shaken. Could you at least tell me who it was? I can't well sit here while these villains... Very well. If this assassin managed to deceive all those present here today, then indeed it isn't a manner that a mere noble should pry into. Lady Kal'tsit, please promise me this.
Go ahead.
Please keep Thompson safe from these schemes. He is my dearest friend. He is no major player. He can't protect the entire country, but he can protect our own little Victoria. He can do what we nobles cannot. Therefore, all I can do is to let him do what he must.
You don't know the details of our plan, yet you harbor everyone nonetheless. I thank you for that.
Ha! Do I need to know? All I have to do is play my role well. A fat, foul beast awaiting his slaughter. But this is how he has always been ever since we were in school. Lady Kal'tsit, please accept my gratitude.
You don't need to thank me when I have been deceiving you all along.
As long as my family and the masses get to live another peaceful day, let the whole world ridicule my foolishness. Both you and I know it in our hearts. Are you leaving so soon? You are still injured.
These are just flesh wounds, fortunately. Count Vincent, about the damage those two beasts have done.
Right, I understand.
Kal'tsit!
Looks like I should just leave the farewells to the youngsters. I will head back now. Everyone was shaken by the presence of the beasts. Please take care, Cleric Kal'tsit.
The Count is right. The weight of the future is for the younger generation to bear, whether they are ready for it or not. Is Uncle Vincent actually... The Victoria he protects may just be a remote corner of the countryside, but there is not an ounce of falsity in the peace he upholds. Protecting your home, this is a truth that generations after generations of Victorian have worshipped. Your father is... Your father is trying his best, but winter is here. Are you ready? Will you be ready?
Yes.
Now go ask your father. He knows how to find me. Perhaps we'll one day meet each other again somewhere.
ほっとくつもりならくすぶったままの薪はいつか火事の原因になるから気をつけた方がいいよ。
I'll get to this at some... Ah, fuck, an entire cutscene.
Did I really have... Nope. I needed one more.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to do it again. At some point, not right now. Off stream. Visitors from afar. He had never felt so strongly about the journey he took in his younger years, until today. He suddenly felt dazed. Though he hated the desert, he never thought about where he could go.
Hey, come check this out. We got ourselves a new lackey. You, stop listening around. Go.
I'm the new craftsman apprentice. My name is El...
Alright, enough talk. Get moving. Hey, you lot. Use him however you want. Hey, yo. He's apparently one of those bookworm types from Colombia. Even younger than your kids. Just treat him like the slaves that get sold to us. As long as it doesn't kill him, that is. Not like he's got a guardian angel watching his back. We'll work you to the bone, kid.
Oh, alright.
Isn't look? Oh, what a surprise. Did you weld this together with the steel you stole? What a magnificent piece.
You're exaggerating. Doesn't matter how pretty it is, it's just consumables.
But you must rest. Your broken arm has only just healed.
Don't worry. Do you know where we can get some refined originium?
There is nothing that gold cannot buy in the Reef Step black market.
Let's see how this turns out then.
The Black Scorpion is dead. We've done well, haven't we?
Old Ishin heard from the fence today. The Sand Soldier is the next ruler of Reef Step. Do you think you are, Elliot?
And do you wish me to be, Ishin? I'm not one to forget the kindness others have shown me. If it wasn't for you, I would not have survived these past 2 decades.
Now you need old Ishin no more.
No, hardly. We have a special relationship after all. But if you wanted to complain, perhaps you should complain to the lady who cloaked herself into all those mysteries.
Kal'tsit.
You still remember her name. You've gotten less and less clear-headed over the years. I thought you'd forgotten that, among many other things.
Have you looked for her?
Yes, I have, but my attempts have been futile. Not even my most elite intelligence agents could find any information about her in Colombia. Besides, the PMC disbanded not long after that. Sorry about that. The laboratory was taken over by the military, and all of their data was destroyed. I could not find even a single participant. Colombia hid them well. The Booty Lord Amir will pass through Redhorn next week. Huh. It can be a fickle mistress sometimes. This is an excellent opportunity. Old Isin, are you asleep?
Old Isin had a dream.
Another one of your dreams?
It was still the same dream as always. The Keshik's footsteps went across the tundra and grasslands, at last reaching the land of golden sands. But this time, the dream was a little different. It was a scenery that the Padisha never recounted to old Isin. There was someone there. She looked like Kal'tsit in another form. She was there. When the Keshi's conquest started, shattered that bygone era all those thousands of years ago. She was there.
Hag. Dreams can't explain much, and there are no arts that allow us to glimpse into our fate across time. You said so yourself.
Yes, this is merely a dream that old Isin had. A meaningless dream. Lady Kal'tsit could not have had anything to do with them, but does make old Isin wonder if there is meaning to this dream. At the very end, old Isin saw the Padisha.
Oh? And what did your master tell you this time, Old Faithful?
In my dream, he told old Isin where Sargon is. You are planning to ambush the Lord Amir's squadron.
Yes. So you mean to tell me that you, a former faithful aide to a Sargon noble, will stop me from disrespecting a Lord Amir so?
Disrespect? They are rotten and incompetent. They only know to bootlessly harm their kin and drag innocent Sargonians into war. They stand on Reef Stepp's land, doing their dirty work. Why old Isin feel respect for men like them? Old Isin wants them to pay the price. Old Isin wants the glory of Sargon's past be restored, and not these good-for-nothing clowns.
Not by these good-for-nothing clowns.
Old Isin, right. Old Isin must seek the city of golden sands.
I don't see you get this excited often. Please, calm down, bitch.
It's time. Go, my child, light a fire and complete your revenge. Until the time comes when the winds finally calm and the eternal city rises from the sandstorm. Do-do-do-do-do. Old Isin will wait, and old Isin will reach that place.
This is the place. Very well. Be sure to knock first. Don't get any funny ideas. The lead operators here ain't no pushovers. Now go. Looks like that gold coin made it to you. How is all this in? It is lost to the golden sands. It happened one moonlit night 3 years ago. Time. Time can put to rest even a Savra like him. I'm almost starting to be one of the ancient elder beings in folktales and conspiracy theories. Time has warped me so much, transforming me into a man my past self would have hated. And you, Kal'tsit? It looks like nothing about you has changed. Are you still the Sand Soldier? I already said this when I came on board. That is all in the past. I have a new name now. You can fool yourself, but you can't fool me. Perhaps. You've always thought everything you said was absolute. Unfortunately for me, you were quite often right. You've always had a good memory, Elliot. Don't call me by that name. Don't we have these codenames exactly for this purpose? To shroud our secrets?
Dr. Kal'tsit! Oh, my apologies. You have a visitor?
No matter. Please, as you were.
Okay. A messenger from the field office in Victoria sent us a package. It's pretty strange, too. It's not addressed to Rhodes Island, but to you personally. Logistics has already scanned the package. There's an information storage device inside. The sender's name is Heidi Thompson? Do you know her?
This is just some intel I needed. Leave it there.
Okay, that is all.
New conspiracy, I presume. Watch your mouth. You may not officially be an operator here yet, but you signed a contract. Exactly what I expected our operations advisor to say. Kal'tsit, you pointed old Isin to a new direction, and for that he was forever grateful, up until the moment he set out on his journey again. I cannot begin to imagine the glory you two shared, but now that my business in Sargon has been taken care of, there is nothing that binds me to this world anymore. I suppose you will point me in a new direction as well? Before that, let me introduce you to someone. Here I thought you would keep me close to you. Did you get me a partner? No. Your commanding officer.
Rhodes Island Commander? You... Huh? There's someone whom you trust so deeply here? I look forward to meeting this person then.
Kal'tsit. Wandered the world for so long. How long will you stay here this time? You have no right to ask.
Very well, of course. You need an answer if you don't want to. You are not my superior.
But if this is yet another false identity, and this place where you belong is yet again false, then I am afraid it would hardly be meaningful for me to serve this place. How am I to tell you are not using me yet again? You have the right to be suspicious. I need only a little assurance. Will this Kal'tsit who invited me here disappear all of a sudden in a few days, a few months, perhaps a few years? Will she again set off on a journey to take care of some business that a bystander could never come to understand, to drive the world for her own purposes? Will you? If a simple answer can affect your loyalty to Rhodes Island, then perhaps I should reevaluate this working relationship of ours. I only need an answer. An answer should not be so hard for you. I'll even accept a lie. If it is answers that you want, I have thousands of them. Then please, pick any one of them. And we don't get to hear. Okay. Dr. Shapeless, here you are.
Good morning, Kal'tsit.
Closure has finished resupplying, but there seems to be an emergency there that needs your attention. Amia is sitting there already. Don't keep her waiting. She has been working very hard, and you should be there at her side when she needs you the most. Of course, that goes for you as well. Don't push yourself too hard. Rhodes Island needs you.
Bitch, I know.
I have an unexpected consultation to attend to in a moment, so I will leave it to you and Amia to wrap things up. If things go well, perhaps we will get to announce the whole ship before sundown. Time to set sail.
New stage in Messi, the Endless Reborn. EX, the Endless Road. WDEX1. But first,
Doctor, how's about we go farming?
are there actual cutscenes there, or am I just going to be wasting my time? That's not it. Oh, is this the order that I should be playing this in? Oh, walk in the dust. Nope. I don't think there's any more seeds. Unless they're secret. Secure Firethorn, visitors from afar. Alright. So that was Walk in the Dust, Kal'tsit's backstory. That was pretty interesting, honestly. I rather enjoy that for different reasons that I usually do. And I still have some energy in me to keep going, so I just start the next chapter. Give me one moment while I drink some water, because I got a feeling that this is gonna take some time. Sorry about that. Oh, also, something I wanted to check. So there are some operators that I've tried upgrading, but specifically their modules. But when I try upgrading them, it says I need these things, data supplement stick, and it says that I can get that from the stationary security device stage. That I don't know what this is, and every time I hit go, it plays a cutscene. So I don't know what this is. But I kind of want to know what this is so I can farm them. And I can keep upgrading my operators. So I might just do this right now just to see the cutscene and see what exactly it's telling me to do. Give me one moment. I need to take care of someone real quick. Well, someone might be a bit of a stretch. Okay, sorry about that. So, let me just see what this is and then we'll continue with the story. Stationary Security Service. Home stuff, fuck. Here's the worksite's environmental survey report as well as the diagrams the company gave us. These are the formal memoranda of understanding. We've made some adjustments here and there, so you will have to take another look. Okay. How smoothly did things go? I've done disaster monitoring work for these two companies before, so you could say we know each other well enough. They were very helpful too. They prepared all the equipment we needed for the environmental survey and assigned guides to us for the entire trip. It's when we had to sign the contract that they started to give us a little trouble. They wanted all these additions and annotations. I didn't know how to deal with all that. I can't even imagine you at the negotiating table. Fortunately, Ceylon was there with me. You have the negotiation techniques classes I had to take at Victoria National University to thank. It's a good thing that I didn't skip any of the lectures. Well, Doctor, it's about time we get your feet wet. I just sat down. Doctor, we need you to take charge of the Stationary Security Service related affairs. It is what we voted on last time. You voted? Oh, you weren't here last time. Well, in that case, let's take the vote again now. Amiya voted for you, as did I. Well, fuck me then. Instructor Doberman, maybe we should explain the situation to the doctor first. Doctor, you can think of this as Rhodes Island expanding into a new business vertical. We've received a lot of requests to provide security support from various companies, such as the Toron and the Iron Carrot mines that Ceylon and Lionheart conduct surveys on. Toron mine is one of Count Vincent's many businesses. The area around County Toron is still pretty busy, and the writer sees an opportunity to take over the mine. You know, it feels very convenient that I just did that intermezzo before doing this. On the other hand, Iron Carrot Mine, under the banner of the Rimbilitum Mining Industry Association Security Company, that's a mouthful of a name, the RBMI ASK, accidentally destroyed an originium slug nest and was forced to shut down its operations because of the ensuing pollution. It is a similar story for all of the other companies.
They need to restore operations ASAP, but they don't have enough security manpower to eradicate all of the threats they face, and that's why they come to us. If it's security they want, I'm not sure Rhode Island is the right choice. Bitch, have you not seen your operators? These companies have long been in very good terms with us, and we've worked with them many times before. In addition to providing periodic oropathy medical treatment and disaster relief support, we should also assist them with their security issues to strengthen the trust between us. There are no downsides here. It's a win-win. A significant percentage of Rhode Island operator cash flow comes from our projects with these companies, and they have also been providing us all kinds of assistance and support for our work in the area. There is one more thing to consider. To improve our operators' combat abilities, which is why I'm doing this, we have to keep upgrading their modules and equipment. That requires a huge amount of rare resources. Quite a few of the companies are involved in those industries, like the Vincent refinery. Doctor, per a memorandum of understanding with them, they are willing to provide the resources we need for our modules as part of their remuneration for our stationary security service.
Stationary security service?
It is the formal name for this security support service. Rhode Island will station combat operators at the designated areas to clear potential threats and provide security guarantees to the companies.
Sounds reasonable?
Doctor, it will be much easier for Rhode Island to operate across Terra with these companies, speaking of our behalf and making the proper introductions. More importantly, Ceylon brought us an understanding with the companies. The stationary security service will serve as the foundation of our collaboration. We will get to provide the local infected with the help they need. Even though it was only added to the memoranda of understanding as a footnote, it's more than enough for us to work towards this partnership.
Well, what do you need me to do then?
You will be in charge of all affairs related to the stationary security service and command our forces at the dispatch location.
Well, that doesn't sound at all that different from what I usually do. Doctor, the stationary security service is a little more complicated than our normal operations. Based on what Ceylon and I learned on the survey trip, these companies' work sites are typically deep underground and have complicated terrain and varying levels of pollution. Because of these unique environments, your command and deployment will see severe limitations.
Aside from the companies that Ceylon has signed on during the survey trip, we're also getting requests in similar vein elsewhere, not just from Rimbilliton and Victoria, and not just from mining companies. Of course, we'll scrutinize their credentials. Going forward, stationary security service will become one of Rhode Island's regular, routinely updated services.
Having to travel to these complicated combat environments and adjust to this new mode of battle will prove to be a challenge for our operators.
They need a calm, flexible commander who knows how to adapt to the situation, and you're quite the professional when it comes to that.
You're goddamn right I'm a pro.
Ceylon, I finished reading the documents. Everything looks good.
In that case, please sign each memorandum. I'll send them back to the companies when they're done.
Okay. Ceylon, Lionheart, thank you for your work. Please get some rest. Doctor, would you like to have dinner together? There's still more details that Instructor Doberman and I need to go over. There's still more than enough time for us to prepare.
Ah yes, illusion of choice. What the fuck is this?
Stationary Security Service, W, number 6.
Or L? Is this even a letter?
Service dispatch cycle ending time. 1025, 605. 359, 14 days remaining. Security drill.
What the fuck is this?
Check reward details. Until next reset, which is in 40 days. Reward details. Rules. Progress. Data supplement stick. Data supplement instrument.
Ah.
×2 emergency supply mode guarantees ×2 reward. Emergency bonus. Until the next reset. This is the same thing. Security drill. Rhode Island Pharmaceuticals Training Ground number 7. This training program is designed for operators to command personnel participating in the stationary security service, familiarizing them with the nature of a mission and the differences from standard combat missions.
Okay. Starting danger level 0. Training field specially built for Rhodes Island for the security drill. It simulates the mine area in a basic manner. Alright. Oh, start security drill.
Doctor, this is going to be an all-new combat operation. Please step here. As you can see, the pre-battle deployment preparations are not quite the same as usual. PRTS has already selected a predetermined squad for this operation, so there is no need for any additional control on your part. Okay, Doctor, let's dive into the exercise for the specifics.
Sidroga, Firewatch, and Gnosis. I have no idea who Gnosis is. Retrieve. Tactical equipment. Oh. Vanguard, tactical equipment. Grants relieving operator 20% attack and 1 SP every 3 seconds. Guard. Grants relieving operator plus 40% attack. Sniper. Plus 40% attack speed. Defender. Plus 44% defense and 1 block. Caster. Plus 20% attack and 1 SP every 3 seconds. Allies take less physical and arts damage. Supporter. After deployment gain 15 transfer permits. What the fuck? Specialist. After deployment, return retreated operators to the deployment waiting zone and redeployment time minus 15%. 50%. Oh. Begin deployment. Start. Training ground number 7. I got gummy. That has provisions. Can heal. When attacking has a 18%, 21% chance to deal 200% damage and stun the target for 1 second.
Unable to break through the enemy's armor. Requesting backup.
Well done, Jessica. After all those simulated battles, you're showing pretty solid improvement. Calling Firewatch. Deployment waiting zone T32. Requesting backup. Make your way there immediately.
Acknowledge. Calling Instructor Doberman. Firewatch has reached the designated position.
Watch out. This mission requirements are demanding. We can only deploy 2 operators. That said, you can relieve Jessica and deploy straight on her location.
Oh. Relieve? Is that different from our usual deployments?
It's an all-new tactic. Watch out, Jessica. When Firewatch is deployed in your position, you'll need to pull out immediately.
Straight to the recuperation area.
That's right. Make sure you recuperate within the time that you have. If we're run low on manpower at the preparation area, we need to send everyone at the recuperation area back.
Understood.
Also, PRTS has prepared all new tactical equipment for everyone. It allows the relieving operator to inherit some of the relief operator's abilities and enhance the former's combat capabilities. Doctor, go ahead and deploy Firewatch on Jessica's position. Good, now select the direction. Sniper, +1.
It seems like I'm attacking faster now.
Is that because of the tactical equipment Jessica left behind? That's right. Your tactical equipment has been activated. Take a closer look at the darker colored equipment around you. I don't see Jack.
I see.
Now, Doctor, focus on Firewatch. Very good. The specific effects of the tactical equipment that Firewatch inherited are displayed here. Depending on the relief operator's class, the relieving operator will also inherit different tactical equipment. For example, Jessica is a sniper operator, therefore Firewatch received sniper equipment. Oh! This seems very interesting, and I think I'm going to enjoy this. Be careful though, each operator can inherit at most 5 pieces of tactical equipment.
So when another operator relieves me,
They'll also inherit the tactical equipment left behind by Jessica and me.
Exactly. Can't wait for the embryo super stack. There's probably more OP combos, but that's just what comes to mind.
おいしいもの食べよ
Wait, are you automatically healing? Yes, okay.
Call Instructor Doberman. Enemy defender spotted up ahead.
Assign operator. Relax, Doctor. We can use a transfer permit to dispatch an operator from the preparation area for backup. Doctor, tap here to call for backup.
Doctor, Instructor Doberman, I, Gnosis, am here to lend you my aid. I suggest you let me relieve Firewatch.
I have no idea what you do.
That's it.
即戦即決でいこ
Right, Doctor. The effects of certain classes' tactical equipment are not inherited. For example, supported equipment is activated immediately upon deployment.
That's right. As a supporter operator, I can immediately bring in extra transfer permits. Let the battle begin, Doctor.
う予想通りだ
See. Oh, I haven't seen upgraded Jessica. What do you do? Right. High speed cogitation. Next attack deals 170% damage as arts damage and attacks consecutively, automatically. Deals arts damage. Rigid ice. Attacks inflict cold for 1 second. Apply 25% fragile effect to cold enemies within range. Frozen enemies within range receive double fragile effect.
一
To
つ
bats
アイ
one
デアが
cold.
浮かんできた
Grants resist to all Carland trade operators after Gnosis has been deployed for 10 seconds.
騒がしい
Kinda looks like he's pulling. His other animation kinda looked like he was pulling ash shorts out of his ass.
フムの特製料理だよ
Nice stunts. The poor guy could not even move. Also, I really like this fucking beat. You cannot see me, but I'm head jamming. Rhode Island Pharmaceuticals, training ground number 7. Security service accomplished. Completion time. Training ground number 2. Or number 9, actually. Operators and command personnel participating in stationary security service with the nature of... Okay. I am probably going to keep doing this off stream on my own time. I just want to know, how do I get to this place? The terminal. Is it here? I don't think it's this thing. Permanent Trade Center. Crystalline treasure will enter the Permanent Trade Center after a season ends. Can only be obtained once. Previously obtained rewards will be indicated. Currencies of Special Trade Center will be open and closed according to the season's standard. What the fuck is this? I cannot do really like that outfit. I saw it once. Okay, how do I get these things? Ooh, tokens. Right. Well, I'll get them at some point. This is the annihilation missions. I guess I could just go there from the operator screen. Anyway, let's just get started or continue with the story. I'm curious about what this recap is. Like, we've just finished this, so. Clear 921. Do I not have any other hidden here? Nope, okay. Recap. I hope it's a goddamn video. How long has it been already since you awoke in Chernobog? The span of a blink, like a lifetime ago. You still remember when you opened your eyes, the light you saw, and the voice you heard calling. Sorry for making you suffer again. You still remember the warmth of the girl's hand. Doctor, hand. Take my hand. Damn, I spell as fuck. You still remember where you left your slumber, the unbearably broken world that greeted you. You still remember hiding amongst the countless enemies, an unerring gaze.
Trying to run? Where do you think you're going? Go, tear them apart.
You remember as before, battling with wave after wave of hostiles, the catastrophe taking its callous hold. And the enemy more fearsome than the catastrophe still. I shall grant you an ending that I am quite fond of. Disappear. Those around you made great sacrifices, paid the ultimate price. Each name, each likeness, you firmly remember. Even so, you weren't spared much time to familiarize yourself with all that Rhodes Island is, and was. The insurrection in Chernobog was only a beginning. Rhodes Island was pressed to swiftly proceed to Lungmen, because it was more than likely that Lungmen would become the next target of Reunion's indiscriminate attacks. To earn the trust of Lungmen Chief Executive Wei Yen-Wu, Rhodes Island carried out an investigation in the slums. You remember here, you saw the plight of the infected wherever you looked. And in that plight, the infiltration of Reunion, determined to resist. You still remember a little girl who had been drawn into all of this. She was Reunion's true target. Once kind-hearted by nature, she ultimately chose to take up arms to save her own people. You still remember how she herself never was saved. People always have a way of surpassing your expectations. Even more so when it comes to the infected. Power begets madness. Desire begets depravity. They are cancers, eroding away at all that is good in this world. If you want to keep it, I won't stop you. Just know that one day, your room will be filled with masks like this. All people must bear the consequences for the choices they make, infected or otherwise. You remember how, at the same time, within the districts of Chernobog, the recon team found the Reunion assembled. They run away.
They had pretty quick reactions. Ran away before we had a chance to take action. Disconnected themselves and took off as quickly as they could. But where did they hope to escape to? You remember, as you rescued the imperiled team, the first time you saw the girl who was as frost. You still remembered this too was Reunion's trap. You remember the LGD forces pursuing the Reunion remnants to the outer edge. The enemy launched their offensive from inside, with the LGD at the center and assailed Lungmen. I'm safe now, but Reunion took over one of our important facilities and is now forcefully opening a passage between the slums and the outer city. You remember the young inspector swearing to retake the LGD by her own strength and defeat the insurrectionist foe within Lungmen. You remember she too went through setbacks, but remained unyielding. Maybe I have changed as time passed. I've had a few grievances about Lungmen, and I've been able to place my trust in more people. You're no longer just Inspector Hoshiguma. You're my friend, and my partner. Your shield has protected me all this time, so once in a while, you should let me be your shield. Huh, you're not even gonna blush after saying all that? No matter how you feel, we are the LGD. We aren't rioters, nor we are criminals. We will take back our headquarters, not necessarily for the sake of pride or justice. We will do it because we are the LGD, and we will take back what belongs to us. That is the only reason we need. Do not make Lungmen worry about us. Do I make myself clear? Obedience, diligence, and perseverance. It is time. Let us rid the LGD headquarters of every last Reunion member. You remember her brimming with courage, bravely charging the enemy ranks. Officer, I know what you are. My Originium arts only work on the infected. I don't care. Don't you know that you are only going to become his pawn? To be discarded when you have served your purpose. You can have those words back. You remember Rhodes Island making haste, arriving just at the battle's decisive moment. You're using your own blood as incendiary. Huh, do I look like some sort of a caster to you? Only some egotistical newbie would go around committing arson like that. Sorry, but this is just one of my fighting techniques. Show yourselves. You have nowhere to hide. You remember the LGD taken back, and the horn blown to signal a counterattack on all fronts. You remember Rhodes Island and the LGD fighting apart, Reunion suffering, defeat after defeat. Just you? Move and I shoot. You still remember, at the end of the fight in Lungmen, how Rhodes Island had to once again face an enemy she didn't want to fight. Yes, you will now fight me. Only one of us leaves. If you can defeat me, it means some will be able to survive. You remember it vividly, It was precisely because we both knew. We both cherished the same ideal. And because we did, neither of us could back down. I am willing to join Rhodes Island. I am willing to fight together with you against the enemies of the infected. Your way. This is my burden to bear. She was, at the instant the battle concluded, a part of Rhodes Island. And yet, Reunion's crushing defeat in Lungmen was no more than Tallulah moving her first piece. Exploiting the cover of a sandstorm, the Chernobog core city approached Lungmen. You remember, a direct attack using a city as a weapon. That was Tallulah's true maneuver. In this moment, the firm and resolute Chen chose to leave alone. Rhodes Island, too, chose to abandon coordinated action with the LGD and go onto the fray. To make landfall and attack the Chernobog core city and halt Reunion's offensive. Drivers, maintain steady speed. Check your maps. Use the sandstorm to cover your approach to the core city until you're in range to deploy boarding gear. Engage. You still remember how we returned to the core city, defended by guards every step of the way, and met an old friend?
It's been a while, Amia, Dr. Kal'tsit.
Exhausted our strength.
Eh.
Put an end to the quandary. It tries to walk forward, but its fragile wings are unable to support its own body. There are sounds trickling out of its throat, like a river of terror formed of whimpers. Creatures of artificial nature can usually be traced back to aesthetics. Yet don't be fooled by its appearance. No matter how beautiful it may seem, you're looking at the culprit behind the surrounding devastation. It's singing. Prevailed over a mighty enemy. The Wendigo freezes in place. Something appears to be dripping sorrowfully from its helmet. A minute passes. During this eternity of a minute, there are no other sounds except for the low rumbling of the moving city. Everyone there was forced to confront their own hearts. They may have overcome their doubts, no longer at a loss. Chen has tried to run far away many times, but she stopped herself. They may have indulged their hatred, fixed and unwavering. The women standing at the core were bound to decide the final battle at the summit of the tower. The Battle of Lungmen drew here to an end. It was as if they were fundamentally no winners and no losers. Only each individual settling their aspirations, each headed somewhere different.
Doctor, you don't want to talk? I get it. So much has happened. But with you by my side, I feel happy. There are some things we can't do by ourselves. Rhodes Island, we always press forward, no matter what the dark clouds bring. no matter how many terrible stories unfold across the world. I'll always believe in the warmth in your heart. Welcome home, Doctor.
Every battle in the standoff against Reunion you can recall. But you still cannot find any recollection of the things that should most come back to you. The things of the past. The things of Rhodes Island. The things you can truly do. You know, come the future, there will be more journeys still to take. And that this is no more than a beginning.
When did I fucking started playing Arknights? I think it was around January. And I'm still barely on Act 2. Sorry.
Act 2, Shadow of a Dying Sun, Stormwatch, Episode 9. Storm Assault. Victoria's 7th Frontline Infantry Battalion, 2nd Tempest Platoon, makes landfall at County Hillock. The hibernating mountains carry smokestacks high, and the tracks run hauling my home with creak and cry. I found an acorn rolling in the gutter all alone, and right by a rivet rusted all of its chrome.
We've entered the warehouse. Investigation team, report status.
Leader, vital signs to the southwest. 7 shelves away from you, moving within 1 meter.
Number of heads?
1.
Any Originium response?
None for the time being.
Good. Hold your positions. Bagpipe? Woo! Bagpipe's in this.
Got it.
What are you looking for?
Doesn't it sound like someone singing?
Don't get distracted. This means our target's guard is down. Keep to the plan. Wait for my signal. Then you charge. For now, keep moving in. 5, 4, 3... Ready!
Bunker destroyed.
What the fuck? All this smoke out of nowhere. Don't move. Stay where you are. Raise both of your hands up. You're Victorian soldiers?
What do you mean by that? Aren't you Victorian too?
He's looking to run. Cello, watch to intercept.
Leader, he's not heading for the exit. He's turned back.
What? Triangle, target heading for the back shelves. If you pick up any Originium response, open fire immediately. Everyone else, from behind my shield. Quick! Backpack, what the fuck are you doing? Tackling a man, apparently.
I'm covering it. Everyone, run! You! Exclamation point! Leader, no Originium response. That's not a bomb on their bagpipe.
Did you fucking almost dive into a grenade? I would have never fucking forgiven you.
Oh! False alarm.
And the target?
Sorry, I knocked him a little hard. He won't be standing for a while.
And what of the boxes?
I'll take a peek. All potatoes and carrots. And cauliflowers too. Squash and flat. Shame. They seem just fine for eating.
Stay alert.
This one, and this one. They're all the same, leader. It's all produce and grains in here.
Triangle, watch for anyone else nearing our perimeter. Oboe, you search the warehouse with Bagpipe. Signal on any discovery. Are they your fucking musical instruments? Triangle, cello, oboe. Even Horn, if you think about it. And obviously Bagpipe. Cello, take this man stuck to the floor and tie him up. Right now, sir, we're going to need you to answer a few questions. I don't know anything. I'm here for sorting the potatoes. Are you from County Hillock? Yes. Have you heard of any Spectre Force? Spectre what? Doesn't Force mean people like you lot? Like all the soldiers? They took Laurie and Julia and Chris away. Is it my turn now? I want you to calm down. Listen, we have people who saw a batch of Originium goods enter this warehouse last night, and now these goods aren't here. You need to give me an explanation. Explanation? That's what you're looking for? You're not going to just hang me? Hey, what are you speeding around for? You gotta care about your hygiene. Any leads? None. It's potatoes everywhere. If our information wasn't wrong, then they must have worked a sight fast. Alright. Bring him. He definitely knows something. He's just not willing to open up. There it is. You're all the same. Dying to find faults in all of us. Torturing us. You Victorian oppressing beasts. Eh? Again? He thinks calling another Victorian counts as an insult? It's flying over me head. Leader, incoming. How many? Prepare to break up. Yes, leader. Update, leader. They seem to be our own. They're in here. Leader, we're surrounded. Going by the numbers? Yes. If you listen to the voices, there doesn't seem to be too many left outside. If I crack the wall by me, then we get our chance. Don't get hasty. Ah, see, you had a very fierce confrontation in here. Rita Scamandros, 7th Frontline Infantry Battalion, 2nd Tempest Platoon Leader. Nice to meet you, Lieutenant Scamandros. My name isn't too easy to remember. You can call me Horn, Captain. Very well, Horn. I'm Kelly. Louis Kelly. I'm sorry, code names aren't our style. Captain Kelly, you and your troops are presumably also here to investigate this warehouse. Correct. We received the tip-off too. Then you ought to understand how grave the situation is. A great deal of illicit Originium goods were stolen off a military transport a couple of months ago, and ultimately came to vanish in this region. I need not remind you, Captain, how this much ordnance, coupled with recent thefts in surrounding counties, if fallen into felonious hands, the menace posed will reach far beyond County Hillock. Good. Thank you for the rundown. I understand. And we are very thankful for your cooperation. Hill? Sir! Take this young man, the suspect, back to camp. What? It was mad for getting us this man out lead. Sir, her spear is obstructing fulfillment of my duty. Bagpipe, let it go. But our mission? We're on Hillock land right now. Captain Kelly pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and wipes the sweat on his forehead. Very glad we could persuade you, Lieutenant. You and this young Vover lady and all others present. Bover lady. I need to come up with a different name for that. Like how I call Kal'tsit's wabbits. Ahem. You must be certainly worn out by your hard journey, dashing here from Londinium. It is our duty as soldiers of Victoria. Yes, quite right. Now, if we still have intention to operate in County Hillock, we're obligated to continue tracking the thieved Originium goods. This is an order from Londinium. I imagine Colonel Hamilton will see sense too. Of course, of course. You may accompany me back to my camp. Leader, do we really have to give him up to them? They have to be doing this on purpose, Ever since we touched foot on the Oscar plate, they've been following right behind. Right until now, just as we caught him. Station troops of the Empire have a responsibility to address any threat to public safety that arises within their station. They haven't violated any code. Ugh, alright. Captain, he is yours. As per code, we may also take part in the interrogation. We hope you recall. Ha! Ha! Yes, quite in line with code. No! Let me go! Don't take me! Heh. Help me! Save my soul! I haven't done anything. I don't know. Ah! Hell. Thought a rabble like him always do make a scene like this. Take him away. Oh, really? What gives him the right? Leader, I think that we feline wants us to help him. He's scared to death of going with him. Triangle. Hero leader, still in position. Outside in the same tree. They haven't noticed me. Good. Take reconnaissance group. Keep investigating along nearby transport routes. If you find any leads, immediately report back. Understood. Are we notifying their barracks? No need. Be sure to defend yourselves. Looks like I get to voice. What the fuck? Choose an environment. Environments can be changed at any time. Story environment, pure TS. An easier environment. The first 3-star clear will only reward growth materials. Story environment completion will only unlock the corresponding story environment for the next episode. Standard environment. Standard environment. The first 3-star clear will reward an originate prime. So there's like an easy mode that doesn't give me originate. I might be tempted to do story for stream purposes and then just do it standard on my own time. I'll consider it in the future. Standard operation 9-2, the Ghost Crisis. A well-hidden enemy might as well be a ghost. What the fuck is this? Wait, what? Compatibility? Environmental compatibility. Pure TS analysis indicates that a 3-star rating has not been achieved in a lower environment of this stage. Environmental compatibility will be activated. Under environmental compatibility, attempting this stage will consume sanity equal to the current environment and all lower level environments combined. Upon completion, progress will be synced, and you will receive rewards for both the current and lower level environments. Okay, so I do the standard. I still get the rewards from the one below. Okay. Alright then. Active environmental compatibility and start the... yeah. Well, Bagpipe's already in here. Let me just...
潜入成功
모든 악한 것들은 내가 물리치겠다.
あ
although I
みん
got
な
a feeling
やりそうな面構えじゃん
I'm going to need more range operators. Where is... there she is.
やっとやりごたえのある仕事を持ってきてくれたのね
Alright, I'm gonna try it like this for now. County Hillock. Medium-sized nomadic city, a modest distance out from Londinium. Main pillars of agriculture and light industry, not on closest terms with the surrounding counties. Full match to what the intel describes. Outcast, you there yet? Just met it a minute ago. Did you slap a tracking device on me?
I've called you like 15 times since last night.
I took the western route, as if I'd have signal.
Okay, let me get this out there. I'm not the one in a rush. Misery's pushing it. You know how he is, the worrywart. Not my fault he can't chill out. He's all wound up, even out on a mission. It's like, is he looking to sprout some more winkles?
Wouldn't be Misery if it was anybody else.
Fair enough. Seriously though, any thoughts on the city?
Extremely normal.
Intel might be faulty then. There's at least 30, 40-ish cities in Victoria at that scale.
No matter how bright the Londinium sun shines, there'll always be places his light can't reach. You've seen the files. You should know County Hillock doesn't have any noble at the reins. Two counts showed interest in the city, never saw it through.
Because it won't make any money?
Yeah, or because of how ordinary it is. The more normal a place looks, the better it is to hide in plain sight. No matter when Rhodes Island decides to get moving, it's a good opportunity to scout the way ahead.
Gotcha. Just call me if you need support. I only just geared up the head for Connor County. I'm still close by for now.
Resettling infected's not easy work. I'm on basic chore duty compared to your mission. Probably down at the branch office drinking tea more than half the time.
Give me a break. With a storm like this coming, is a sancta like you gonna be happy chilling with a cup of tea?
Ugh, you know, I'd love to live it up like a retiree. Wonder why I'm not convinced.
Whatever. Let's just all get our jobs done and head home as soon as we can. Unrelated outcast, but I remember a bunch of Green Sancta operators waiting for you to hold marksmanship classes.
Relax. They need some free study time every now and then too.
Also, and I know it goes without saying, but Misery won't get off my back about it. Be careful, outcast. Hope it all goes smooth.
Smooth. Bitch, that's my middle name.
Oh, well then never mind.
Sorry, kiddo, but that's not my middle name. "6:50 a.m. Overcast. Interrogation room, County Hillock of Victoria Barracks, outside corridor.
Leader, it's so stuffy in here. There's no ventilation or nothing.
You said the same during the Stockton serial bombing interrogation last year.
I'm not gonna be used to it, no matter how many times. You might call Cello instead. With her being over 2 meters, she could scare him a bit into behaving.
You punching a clean hole through a steel table frightening suspects just as much.
I lost my head for a bit there. He took 2 children, and then he sat there being so snarky about their family. Didn't I steam you up as well?
Was I steamed?
You left finger marks in his imprisonment device with how hard you squeezed round his neck. He pissed himself straight on the spot with the stock you gave him. But his co-conspirators name at the bomb coordinates right out, all shivering. That was mostly your credit, wasn't it?
It was necessary means of interrogation.
Oh, I've never been good with those means. I passed basic interrogation theory by the skin of my teeth. I always copied my friend's homework as well.
And you're in luck. A principal role today is sitting on the side and listen.
And thank goodness. Actually, it's almost time, isn't it? Why has nobody come to bring us in? Didn't the captain tell us it was going from 7 o'clock on?
And still 4 minutes too. Excuse me, is Captain Kelly present? We're scheduled to meet him here.
I'm not sure.
Is there an interrogation set for 7?
I don't know.
Well, yesterday afternoon, we had a man suspected of smuggling illegal Originium goods. Do you know where he's being kept?
I don't know. Well, that's 3 strikes.
Well, wouldn't surprise me if County Hillock keeps slightly different time to Londinium.
Eh, is that a thing?
Seems at least to Captain Kelly it is.
Hey,
I suppose we'll just have to do as the locals do. fuck shit up. It's 10 minutes past now. Checking the time over and over won't bring our colleagues here any faster. Perfect, in a way. Need to talk to you about that false alarm of a battle yesterday. Huh? Leader? You aren't getting one past me. I'm asking you. When I gave the order to withdraw, why did you jump at the crate instead? Weren't you yelling for the others to withdraw? Before we entered the warehouse, you ordered me to make sure to catch the suspect alive. That was the initial order. But orders are orders, right? We all thought the suspect set off a bomb, didn't we? I judged that I was the only one with a chance to complete the mission. If I could block the blast wave, I could keep the suspect alive, and you'd all be safe and sound too. Of course, I had no qualms about your shield, leader. Remember that time you saved me under all that artillery fire from the Sargon mercs? Because I'll never forget that. That's not what I'm talking about. If, and I'm only supposing, there really was a bomb inside the crate, you would have taken grave harm, possibly even throwing away your life. Eh? No way! There weren't any explosives that high spec on the stolen goods. Even if someone modified them secretly, the force wouldn't be any harder than the firecracker shells we use in combat exercises, you know? Hey, I can take those. Don't be overly reliant on Wolverine constitution in combat. How many times have I told you that? 5? 10 at minimum. By memory. By my memory. And I can't imagine Slim didn't teach you that too. It might have taught me that. Your smile beaming has no effect on me. I'm your leader. I'm responsible for the safety of everyone under me. I'm sorry, leader. You know what's coming after we return, don't you? You can have me run laps, no problem. But I had to go without supper. There's times I have no idea how I should handle you, Bagpipe. You're the most outstanding soldier under my command, and your obstinance goes right along with your combat skills, constantly exceeding expectations. Well, it's got to be that way. Me mom told me when I was little, "Wolver woman must see the things through to the end." Not even a hurricane means much of anything. If you can harvest all the wheat before it bogs down, your precious grains go all moldy. I was not singing your praises. I forget it. No matter how much I scowl at you, you're way too damn cute. And it'll be a miracle if it reforms you any. And believe me, leader, you got a face far from scary. I've seen plenty enough of the sort with eyes all bright, telling people all sinister things with the worst anguish Victoria has to offer. Enough. Meaningless platitudes like this won't affect a qualified Victorian serviceman. Or woman. You mean to say this? Does it have to be this way? Damien, no. I mean Barry. He was a good one ever since he was young. I can guarantee he simply took a wrong turn. You're absolutely right. My apologies. Yes, I will follow orders. Yes, those Londonians are still here. Understood. I'll pass down the instructions, sir. My assurance is, I never forget. And I am first and foremost a Victorian soldier. Ah, leader, you're checking the clock again. I'm not like you. I can't go blank anywhere anytime. Honestly speaking, I've had that feline from the warehouse on my mind. I still properly like the song he sang. I imagined the bit. I don't know why. That song would be lovely for singing alongside tractoring. The Harbernet in mountain carry livestock herds. Okay, I'm not singing. He's staring at me. Was I singing out of tune? You remember the words wrong. Oh, wasn't it livestock? Was it buildings then? Or tillers? Yo, hey look pal over there. Do you know what this song's words are meant to be? You shouldn't be singing in here. Sorry, did I violate any of your rules? At the very least, don't go singing that bunch of songs in front of us. That bunch? What bunch? I don't get what you're saying. Are you fiddling with me, Boover? Huh? What's got you angry now? Bagpipe. Can't shake the feeling something's off, Kilter. You can save it for later. I'm not talking about leader. I think I just heard someone in there singing as well. You're right. A matching tune comes from the depths of the dim corridor, of a deeper tone, rougher, broken off by a few fierce scuffs from time to time. You think the man's in there? Hey, you're not allowed in. Oi, are you the one we caught yesterday in the outskirt warehouse? You mean Damien? Poor Damien. I dragged off ages ago. Eh? When? How'd we not hear? Where did he get taken to? Where? Huh. You're asking where. It's already. Shut up! Would you like to go the same way he went? You're threatening him? Where in the world did that man yesterday go to? He went home. Went home? He got let go? So he had nothing to do with the Spectre Force at all? Leader? Let me in. You aren't allowed to converse with a prisoner without permission. I want to see Captain Kelly. Step aside, soldier. I know he's in here. He's not. You! You were the adjutant at the warehouse with the vile mouth? I remember you. What's your idea here? Captain left on an urgent business. He asked me to pass this on to you. The interrogation ended 1 hour ago. Gah! So you mean you went and gave us the wrong time? A lapse in communication. Not uncommon at all, is it? What bloody lapse in communication? Do you think we're idiots? Leader, they give us false info. Let us up the garden path. That's not the key point. I'm asking you, soldier, why did you show up to tell us this information now? Since you've bided so much time, surely none of you will mind us wasting even more. In regards to your question, order report. Thank you. Acknowledged. Lieutenant Camandros. The order I received was to inform you of the following. Convict Damien Berry, by your individual of utmost concern, was 10 minutes ago, in an attempt en route to seize weaponry from his escort and assault military personnel, shot dead. What? What bloody nonsense are you feeding us? We seen that lad. He's just a normal man. He was frightened and stiff when he saw us. How would he go attacking a fully armed regular by himself? That is to say, you summarily executed the suspect without trial. I'll relate to you the facts. Leader, we've been put in the dark. Why wouldn't they let us have access to the suspect? Aren't we stood on the same side? I'm still unclear about the reasons right now. The one thing I can be sure of is, we want to continue investigating. We only got ourselves to depend on. Their attitude the barracks have is loud and clear. They won't be of any help to us whatsoever. Oh, I'm not daft either. I can see they've got a mean habit of tripping people up. So what do we do next? We scarcely got a lead, and it's gone again. We need to think of some other way. Oh yeah, I just thought. That man called Damien said his work was sorting the potatoes. Every outer agriculture plate in a nomadic city has its own channel for transporting crops inwards. We should be able to find the farm workers' settlement by following along. We can have a chat with his friends or kin. We might find our lead again. That's a very you train of thought.
Then you just leave the information inquiring to me. Excellent. We begin immediately. Leader, are you come with? I'll stay to negotiate with the barracks. To my mind, they wouldn't slop out an execution without going through interrogation. As long as they held one, there'll be records left behind. Triangle? Leader, we were in the outskirts. You got ambushed? They came out of nowhere, and I got rumbled. These lot's combat techniques and weaponry, they're a full match with previous intel. Even snare swords can barely hit them. Damn it! Remember, your main duty is to come back alive. Acknowledged, leader. We should be fine. Triangle out. This is Major Intel, or target, the force they call Spectre. The force they call Spectre-like is in County Hillock at this very moment. 9-2, the Ghost Crisis. Right. I forgot about this bullshit.
私たちにお任せください。
思いっきり楽しめそうだね、ぐるぐるちゃん。
Or at least they have the decency to go inside. Dublin snipers. Sniper in the Dublin forces, where refraction is active. When the what is active?
Forward! みんな、私に続け。
Ah, I see. Dublin sniffer hound.
Arts unit チャージ中。
Well, I guess we're just gonna stand here for a while.
みんな、私に続け。
私を捕まえる？寝言は寝てから言ってよね。
みんな、私に続け。
ポートキャリブレーション中よ。
Standing by. Bravery shall overcome evil.
あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
みんな、私に続け。
Dublin Scouts. Scouts from Dublin forces. When refraction is active, increase resistance. Ah, so these are resistant to arts. I see.
貫く。
It's a bit unfortunate for me.
This is battleというものね。空を舞う感覚、味わってみない？
備えは万全です。
この一本が最後、家まで送ろうか？
Alright.
Orders, please. Benevolence shall save lives.
全員丸坊主にしてあげる。外は危ないからね。
作戦目標 予定通り完遂しました。
Hey, neat. Challenge mode of Ghost of something. Sorry. Okay. Now, I haven't been going for as long as usual, but I am also streaming the new Limbos episode. Well, the new part of the Limbos episode tomorrow. So I do kind of want to be well rested for tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna stop it here. Still, it was a relatively productive session. We finished the Kal'tsit chapter, and I did the thing so that I can farm the things for the modules. And we started off pretty strongly with this episode. Well, relatively strongly. There's Bagpipe, so I'm just happy about that. So, I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the next part of the Limbos episode. And I'm gonna hope to all of the gods that I don't believe in that Shichun survives. Honestly, if Shichun dies, it's probably gonna be in like the 3rd chapter. But still, I can only hope. And then on Saturday, oh yeah, I'm actually gonna start a new game on Saturday. We're gonna try out Expedition 33, and then we'll keep doing Darkest Dungeon on Mondays now. So anyway, like I said, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, I really appreciate you. And have a good one.